We're going live.
It
says you are live. You are live.
The broadcast is live.
You're live. Do it, Mo.
Morning. Wake up.
Doodle. Hello.
Good evening.
All right, what's going on out there, everybody?
Sorry,
we had a little bit of I had some technical difficulties with the gun tubes and had to restart everything.
It's broken.
It wouldn't let me go. It kept saying every time I tried to set up the stream, it said streamers are full. So I don't know what the hell that means. But if anybody sees Night Strike, tell them I'm looking for him. See if we can figure out what the heck that's all about. I don't know.
He's in trouble.
I don't know.
Again.
Shitter's full.
Night Strike, you got some explaining to do.
You got some explaining to do. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know why I was doing that. I tried a bunch of times to let it go as long as I could, and then figured I'd dump it and go with the chicken. Go with the duck, the goose, whatever this thing is.
Quack.
Waterfowl.
Quack, 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 quack.
This is the foulest territory. Wow. Fancy. Misha N says, breaking news, Epstein did kill himself by doing what and who he did. Yeah. What do you know about Epstein, Sarge, as you call yourself? Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about Epstein, but he knows a whole lot about the Clintons. Just saying.
That's what I heard, too. I heard they're tight. I heard he pulled him over a bunch of times and let him go with just a warning. Just a warning. We all know what that's all about. So, is Honda still going? Honda had a hell of a crowd over there tonight.
Yeah, but you don't want his crowd. They're weird.
They're weird. They're a bunch of Yankee leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's still going. He's a bunch of leftover Yankeeites. Oh, Epstein. All right, so what's going on there, Snob? Start with you tonight. What's up?
Just, hanging around, having fun, chilling, just the normal.
Yeah. Chilling like a villain?
Yeah.
Anything new lately?
I did a SIG video just a little while ago, a couple hours ago. SIG P365 XL.
This guy chilling for SIG now. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping they, send me a check or a gun or something. That's what I'm.
Either one, really, because you could sell a SIG. That's not a hard sell, especially the new stuff. Let's go a little bit. You can sign it and then probably charge more than MSRP.
I know. I can just write Oklahoma's Gun Snob right on the slide.
That's right.
Or just put at the real gun snob on it and listen to obnoxious bitch and whine because I put my watermark on the gun itself. So
laser it into the gun.
There, yeah. Moo, what's going on? Is that an albino alligator you're using as an avatar? With a crab on its head? Or what's going on there? What is that? That's craziness.
That's the reindeer from Florida.
Oh, it's a Florida reindeer. Oh, okay. It's an albino alligator with reindeer ears. Reindeer horns. Okay.
That's Florida man's reindeer anyways.
I thought what I said was weird, but it's even weirder than that. Snarge, what's going on?
Not much. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah. How's the life card treating you?
It's actually pretty fun. Ask Gizzard and Snob. Everybody that messed around with it liked it.
Oh, that's right. You took it out with you to Tulsa. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
We all got to hold it and play with it. It was fun. I want one.
and
now.
they got to see the lifeguard too. So,
Wow.
but no, it's
very small.
it's
Until you unfold it.
it's it really is a neat little gun. It's hey, is it the beat all end all? No, it's not. But is it surprisingly neat? And everybody that messes around with it likes it. So I didn't think much of them until I saw it, and then it's pretty cool.
I have I think honestly that's the kind of gun that I think if my grandpa was still alive, he would be like, "That's pretty neat. Maybe we should get one of those." I think he would. I think he would dig it. I think he'd get a kick out of it.
Just throw it. They got a little leather sleeve that you could put it in. You put it in your pocket and just forget about it.
Yeah.
It's
At
one,
least
of
he
those,
didn't say it was
like
rubber.
it's one of those things
It's,
you look at and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want it.
Yeah.
It's a sock gun, man. You could tuck that in your sock and go running, do what you got to do, man. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
If I had some money to burn, that'd be a fun gun to have for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's damn near the worst personal defense gun I've ever seen in my life, but
Yep.
yeah. But it's looks fun.
It's like a modern day Liberator. You get one shot.
Yeah.
Best of luck, buddy.
Yeah. At least the Liberator was a 45.
I was watching Sarge's rapid fire video, and it was
His rapid
it
fire.
was amazing.
Yeah,
I get them off in like a minute.
You got it.
You should have totally.
Hell,
I played the music. YouTube has the music in their YouTube library. You should have totally played that music. I played it when I was putting my still target together. The old silent movie music is piano playing silent movie between each shot.
Yeah.
I'll do that for Instagram.
Yeah, that'd be a
Put the music
perfect
to it.
Instagram thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's pretty cool though, man. I mean, it is what it is, and I think when people buy something like that, they know what they're getting into. Yeah, I think they're pretty neat. When they first came out, I was like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Why would you even make something like that? And now I appreciate companies that do fun stuff like that, because it really does keep the innovation wheels spinning a little bit.
Well, the talk to Aaron that made him, he said it just came to him one night and he made one like out of wood, just for the dimensions, like a model. Right. And they started, wow, I might be able to do this. And he started off, he wanted to make it the size of a credit card, and that's what he did. It took him a little while. It's really neat hearing him talk about it.
Yeah.
Kinda makes you buy into it a little bit.
Well, I'm just ticked. Everybody brags on this little lifeguard like it's the greatest thing in the world. I have a folding Glock for a while, and everybody rags on me and makes fun of me when I have a folding Glock.
Because that's dumb.
Yeah, it's a Glock.
You pinched your finger in it.
it's not.
You were there whipping around like a butterfly knife in the 80s.
Ow!
That's why I threw my nunchucks in the trash, because I hit myself in the face with them.
Yeah. So why is it that it seems like extraction is a pain in the ass with that? Why don't they have
an extractor? Yeah.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Why don't they make it so that when you tilt up the barrel, there's some sort of extractor helps to pop? Maybe they just said to hell with it. Like, why?
Ejector, so it actually shoots the round out, and then you don't have to deal with that.
I think that would be like finish it to where it's just you can't really do anything else to it.
Right. I wonder if it was just like, we don't need any more moving parts in this thing because let's not push our luck.
Maybe it. I just don't know. I'll ask him though. I really will. I'll ask him if it's possible.
Yeah, I would be interested to see.
Well, that's what I'm supposed to do is give him some feedback on it.
So, Holstein didn't milk himself. Now you got it right.
There you go.
Now we're
playing the game.
But
now we're
supposed to give him some feedback, so I'll ask him. Yeah,
that would be. I mean, I was never shooting it, like obviously, but it seems like, I mean, that's a hell of a small casing to get out, get your fingernails under there, and pop that little sucker out. And even the mini revolvers, a lot of them, they have like a push rod almost. where you can pop the rounds out, the spent casings out. Yeah, I wonder if it's just that he was like, maybe it was such a pain in the ass. He was like, oh, fuck it, I'm done with this thing. This is how it's going to be.
You know? Q-tip with you, and you could jam that down.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
Let's
Yeah,
clean it
I'm
up.
pretty sure you're just supposed to take the one shot and then throw it at him and then run.
It's trying to hit him in the tooth.
Yeah.
well, that's the other end of it. If you just sharpen the corners a little bit, you shoot them with one round, and you throw it like a Chinese throwing star.
Like
at
a
the
throwing
face.
star.
You know, like the first couple models, like one of the first working one had a knife in the handle.
Oh, nice.
Like he got
A
rid of the
little
knife
shank.
to add. He got rid of the knife to add where it could store a couple rounds in the handle, but that's what it was.
Knife might have been better.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you get caught with that, and they're like, they don't even consider it a gun because they're like, you got a shank on you, buddy. You can't have that.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Hey, you don't have to reload a knife, so
Yeah. Giz, what's going on?
Man,
We already no, we didn't do you yet. Go ahead.
no, I haven't done me yet.
It's been a long time.
Not a whole lot. I put out a Wanamaker video this week. I got another one coming out next week. Back to doing foul territory this past weekend. It's good to be back. So got that going on. So getting ready and say of course you'll love to hear this, but I got another week of vacation after this next week. So
Why do you even let
knowing
him
you.
on this show? Why?
hopefully
just kick him out.
get out and
Yep.
shoot the AR a little bit.
Yep, it's been nice knowing you, Giz. Thanks for
Every
coming.
time he says
Appreciate
vacation, just kick him.
that. Yeah. Thanks for coming. I hope you get picked up and thrown in jail because I think you're a convict in that orange hoodie.
You just think I'm obnoxious one.
Yeah, it's cops
He's
just
like,
pull
no, I
over and
swear I
start
just
beating
work
on
at
you.
a federal prison. I'm not obnoxious one.
I'm a YouTube celebrity. Don't
They
you
pull
know
over.
who I
They
am?
pull over and pile out of the cop van and just start wailing on you.
Yeah, we know who you are. Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Be nice if you're taking a ride in my avatar.
There you go. The old hearse, the Epstein mobile there.
Yeah, read what it says. Can you read
Epstein
it?
didn't get-
Uh,
Oh, on the no, I can't. What does it say?
Clinton is it Clinton Foundation? Hang on a second.
It should say Clinton rideshare or something.
Clinton Foundation witness removal, protected by the United States Department of
Yeah.
Justice.
There you go. Witness removal. There you go. And last but most uttered, Moo, what's up?
Can you hear me?
What's up, Moo?
Not here tonight.
what?
Move it on over.
Sarge, I'm going to Epstein you in a heartbeat.
In a shark beat.
Shirt. beat?
Sharp. Not much, man. We got a couple days off here from my 2 jobs, just
You were-
like Sarge.
You were huntifying, weren't you? Weren't you up at camp or something?
No, I got
Oh,
called
wasn't
into
you?
work. I got called into work in my other job, so I had to work. So
Oh, F that noise. That sucks.
that's why I was saying I'm like Sarge. Fucking working
Yeah,
2
that
jobs. What the fuck's up with that?
Yeah,
Not
tell
good.
me about it. That blows. That's no bueno.
I got to afford to buy some kids college and guns.
See, that's my benefit. All my kids are dumb, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh shit! I got hit.
Hopefully, they're not watching this.
18 years old, Snob opens up the front door, kicks him in the ass, says, "Go get the job at the old dirt factory. I'm done with you.
That's what my dad told me.
Get out of here."
There's a
Only
mushroom
nothing to do with
factory
you.
down the road.
Make sure you send half that paycheck home.
The goddamn dirt farmers, get out of here. You damn cretins.
Give me some taters.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. How does I got a new modem today. Screen look all right? The picture seems like it might even be a little better, huh? Than normal?
There's something right in the center of it that keeps moving around. That's really
It's right under that yellow thing.
Now they say that.
Yeah, it's too clear. Can you go back to the old one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I put in a new modem. It's faster than the other one. We were renting one. I was tired of renting a damn modem, so I just went and bought one. I had a credit at Best Buy, and I was like, you know what, son of a bitch, I'm just going to use it and buy that and save myself $13 a month.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as normal.
Yeah, it doesn't look much different. It looks like it might be a little it looks like my internet might be a little faster because it seems like I'm a little more. I don't have as much lag.
I thought you were going to say fat.
It looks like you're in sync.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, maybe it's StreamYard too. Maybe because
He was hanging with the fellas, so his new girl. No, I don't remember how
Nice-
that song went. I was trying to sing
Nice
an
try.
NSYNC song,
Nice
but
try.
I just totally blew it. Don't even remember it.
Good try though. I appreciate the.
Yeah,
It's not like you to totally screw up things, no.
yeah.
That's from hanging around his kids.
It's from hanging around with us.
So, what do we got to talk about?
Seven
What do we
Wonders.
got to talk about?
You have the 5-minute rule, and you failed it on that comment before that one.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Just slightly.
That must be a damn big sink.
No, way back up.
Underneath your LOL.
Riveting.
Underneath me? I don't even see it.
It says 7 Wonders. I've never done
Oh.
Giz or anyone else I've met on YouTube so far, anyway.
Oh,
So far.
creepy
He's got
bastard.
to remember that 5-minute rule.
Creepy. Yeah. Think about what you think. Now. Here's what I want you to go and watch some of Yankees videos and think about what you've done. Then you can come back. Go to your
I'll tell you
go
what,
to
that
Yankees room.
that falls under cruel and unusual punishment. I'm sorry,
Go to-
but
yeah. Go to Yankees room.
It's just not right.
Yeah.
Yankee or 7 loves Yankee though, because he wrenches for Yankee.
Yeah, true. Good point.
AMA, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just no worries. Only 1 minute left on that penalty. No, that's every time you say something, you're supposed to wait 5 minutes before you say it to make sure you really feel it's appropriate before you say it.
He's already forgot how the rules work.
Yeah. It's like when Gary told us he takes all the black jelly beans out. Gets rid of them because he doesn't like them. He should have waited
No,
5
those
minutes
are
before
my
he said that.
favorites.
Oh, favorites. Oh, okay.
I love licorice flavored stuff.
You and nobody else.
Yep.
More for me.
I eat old man cookies and candy all the time, and I won't eat the black jelly beans.
You probably go
old
get them
man?
from the candy store out of a big barrel, snob.
So what do you got against black
With a bunch of
jelly
sawdust so they don't stick
You
together.
get some wrapped candies.
beans? Sounding kind of racist to me.
Pew Pew
Guys
Park
ever
says,
watch-
Did you hear about the cop who killed a? Wait. Hold on a second. I think you
Killed a
misspoke
kill?
here. Did you hear about the guy who killed a kill by crashing into a van while going 95 in a fifth? Maybe it's supposed to be killed a kid. No, I didn't hear about that. No, you can look it up. Was he on a call?
He's probably sleeping in the engine compartment when they had the remote start.
Unless, of course, he was in the kitchen. I don't know what the hell the cop
Yes,
was doing
no
in the kitchen,
charges.
but-
He was off duty.
He was off duty.
That's fucked
Then
up.
why
Yeah,
does
we
it
can look
matter that
that
he
one
was a
up.
cop? He's just nobody if he's off duty.
He
Yep.
said duty.
He's an
Uh,
idiot driving 95 miles an hour.
yeah,
Reckless driving on top of
vehicular homicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Were there
hey-
any other contributing factors?
Well, let me look it up here.
Was it merely reckless? Was there any alcohol or drugs involved?
Oh, Jesus! Here comes the Sarge.
Here comes
Well,
the
that plays a big issue into how he gets charged.
Well, yeah, it could be as high as second-degree murder.
Pew Pew Park. Can you give me where it was or something? Because
Or a link or something.
Was that the kid that was driving the mini bike?
So the driver of the
I
van was unlicensed.
I got a story that says a 1-year-old killed after cop going 94 miles an hour slams in a car. That was from March of 2018.
So it's current.
Well, I mean, maybe the case just ended or something. You know, I mean, a lot of times you don't hear about stuff until they get a verdict and they're like, oh, this guy got off or whatever.
Well, then they released the video and they released
1-year-old killed. Yeah, 1-year-old killed after cop going 94 slammed into a car. But here's why the mom faces murder charges.
Oh.
In October of 2017, an off-duty officer with Baton Rouge Police Department. See, in Baton Rouge, I don't think they even have cars that go 94 down there. I don't think this is true. Was speeding at 94 and crashed his Corvette into a Nissan, killing a 1-year-old girl. Now the police department says it has enough evidence to also charge the mother with homicide. In February, 27-year-old Christopher Manuel was charged with negligent homicide and speeding in connection with the accident that killed 1-year-old Sayra, something, I don't know. Stevens. Is it Sarah? It looks like it should have another syllable. Yeah, probably. After the charges were brought, the girl's mother, Brittany, her mom's name's Brittany. Her mom's got an easy name. So you just can't bring her back, and that's what the hardest part. However, this week, the mother was arrested on negligent homicide and seatbelt violation charges. Son of a bitch. Police said Tuesday Stevens did not properly secure her child's car seat. According to arrest records, the child's car seat was wedged in the console between the driver's and passenger's seat in Stevens' car. Police also said the SUV was overloaded with 7 people in a car meant for 5. Police say the mother's actions show gross negligence and were a contributing factor in the girl's death. Although Stevens was not the driver, she told officers she secured the car seat with the baby inside. She was the person responsible for buckling of the car seat. That's why she was arrested.
Apparently, she didn't secure it very well.
It wasn't. Yeah, it doesn't sound like. I mean,
like they said, that it was a contributing factor.
So now there's 2 people getting charged with negligent homicide.
Well, and there's a quote here that says, "I'm a little." Marcel, I guess, is a lawyer. I'm not sure if that's a lawyer or not. It says, "I'm a little concerned when we start arresting people, especially since she wasn't driving, with such an offense. It's a bit far-reaching for me." Well, it'd be interesting to see, because I know, Sarge, when you're the driver, you're responsible for the people in the car, right?
Not necessarily. Not everybody.
Like if you're the driver and you know somebody isn't wearing their seatbelt, like, can you get in trouble if you get in an accident?
Not if they're adults. Not if they're adults.
Not if they're adults, really? Okay.
If they're juveniles, yes.
Yeah.
But not if they're adults. I don't know exactly.
We got another cop hater tonight. What do you know?
Who is
Cops usually get away with their crimes. That's not
a lie. I don't know why.
Let's not generalize. Like, let's not throw generalizations that are that crazy.
First of all, clear that one up real quick, because if a cop gets caught doing something, he gets hammered twice as bad as anybody else does.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Yep, that is 100% true.
I already went off on one cop hater last night. I'll do it again. Don't worry.
I did not click on you, Moo. Here you go. There you go. Hashtag kitchen crimes. Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know. I always kind of thought. I mean, that's, I'm uneducated on law, obviously. I always thought that the driver had a lot more responsibility than that. If they were the driver for the passengers,
See, now, if I'm not mistaken, at least Pennsylvania was that way. If the driver was responsible for the persons in his vehicle, because I know when they first came out with that seatbelt law, if we yanked somebody or we pulled somebody over for a traffic violation, and there was people in there that weren't buckled, adults or not, driver can get hammered too.
Yeah, I seem to remember it, but when he said 18, I thought maybe that's why. I thought maybe that's what it was, because I seem to remember hearing about accidents when I was young where drivers were charged with things, but maybe it was because the passengers were minors. You know what I mean? Maybe they were like kids in high school or something that weren't 18 yet. Maybe that's what it was, but I don't know. You guys would know. Dead Horse said Epstein didn't thumb up this chat. Probably not. G says, I feel like that applies to the cops who are always in the kitchen, and also the crimes that Pancakes does in the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen is a ruthless place. Absolutely ruthless.
Well, no cop should be in the kitchen anyway. What the hell? Ever.
I can't stand people like that, so I'm going to unfollow and unsub.
G says a whole bunch of us who didn't earn a seat. You guys got the link. You guys got the link. But you guys are talking about what anarchy shit? You were talking about building pipe bombs and stuff over there on Honda's chat. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I was too busy dealing with my gun tube problems. Where's the Night Strike? Where that guy at? Some bitch. Yeah. Well, G-Webs, as a $1 co-owner of GunTube, I believe you should get on the horn with your buddy and tell him to get that shit up and running. I was getting an error message. Yeah, duck, duck, goose. Yeah, duck, duck, screwed. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I mean, that's sad to hear for sure. I mean, it's always sad to hear when a kid passes away for especially some sort of neglect, and I mean, that's what it is. It's neglect, I read a story the other day where a kid, oh boy, two parents were just charged with the death of a child and negligence for malnourishment, malnutrition. They were, how old was he here? I had it pulled up here. Oh, yeah, 18 months old, and he weighed 17 pounds.
Oh my God. And
the parents were like really super strict vegans, which I'm not going to talk shit about vegans. Obviously, like there's lots of people that have are vegan diets, and they have kids.
You mean you're not going to be Night Strike and say that that's what killed him? Because,
well, that's one of the things that happened was they not only treated him vegan, but I guess really, really restricted and didn't. I mean, it said he was just like. Just such a small amount of things. I mean, and the article did make a big deal out of the fact that they were vegan, which I don't think you need to make a huge deal out of the fact that they were vegans. I think they're just shitty, rotten, miserable, no good people that should have never had a kid and probably didn't want him or didn't know what to do with him, and whatever. It's a real shame. And
some people just, if they're super strict vegans, they just may not have, fed the kid properly. Not saying that you can't survive, off of
right. Well, and that's diet. The thing.
They may not have fed a growing child enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look up the story. I wasn't really going to talk about it. It's
because near us we have the highest rate of chicken pox in the United States because of all the anti-vaxxers. It's
well,
amazing.
smallpox too.
Well,
Smallpox,
it's coming back.
smallpox
It's
is
making
coming
a
back.
comeback.
Yeah.
That's what happens with vaccines. Oh, we don't need them. That's not a thing anymore. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
If you quit getting vaccinated. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So it's a bummer. Couple of articles. So Biden's jibber jabbering about Second Amendment again. He was at a campaign fundraiser at the home of one of Amazon's higher ups. I can't remember. It wasn't Bezos. Bezos is Amazon, right? It wasn't Bezos. It was one of his other guy, one of the other higher ups. $2,800 a person. I want to have a fundraiser and charge $2,800 a person. You got the yapping about guns and all this kind of stuff, and made another funny comment. Shoot. Well, he talked about the duck thing or the goose thing again. People care about geese more than they care about each other, and you're only allowed to have 3 shells in a shotgun when you're hunting geese, but you can have all these rounds when you're, in regular guns. And he said something about, God damn it, where's that? I have the article here and I lost the shit. It was something about 9mm bullets in 10 rounds or something. Like he was making a huge deal out of the fact that there's 9mm.
But it even out. It needed to be 10 and 9 and just wasn't right.
Yeah, it was weird. Shit, I lost it now. Maybe I pulled up. Here it is. Why should we allow people to have military-style weapons, including pistols with 9mm bullets and can hold 10 rounds or more? Can hold 10 or more rounds. He's even coming after 9mm.
Like you.
Hey, he's even coming after 9mm. We protect geese from Canada more than we do people, he said.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've killed more geese than people.
That's why the geese population is, all but extinct, and there's like a quarter of the geese, and there are people. So
I have killed exactly the same number of people as geese. So I don't know if that makes me bad or I don't know what. Embattled NRA CEO earned millions in 2018.
And that's something unusual. How?
The National Rifle Association's embattled top executive earned about $2 million last year, which isn't going to include tax deductions and all that kind of stuff.
All his expenses,
right.
His travel, his food, his lodging.
According to the tax filings known as 990S, longtime NRA CEO Wayne LaPierre, total compensation rose to more than $2 million. His base salary went from $1.17 to $1.27 million. He received a bonus of about $455,000, and he got about $366,000 from a deferred compensation plan, according to the documents cited in media. So this guy must be doing a hell of an awesome job because he's getting bonuses, he's getting raises, he's kicking ass and taking names. You can't stand in his way. He's going for the gold. So this son of a bitch, I mean, this guy is kicking ass and taking names, like I said. So yeah, so if you really want to make some money, man, join the NRA and work your way to the top like he did, and then from then on, it's smooth sailing.
Work your way, nothing. Just buy your way.
There you go. You could do that too. Yeah. The eye-popping raise and other inside dealings is yet more evidence that the NRA is abandoning its members to focus on what is apparently its chief mission, enriching executives, giving them multiple ongoing investigations. I bet that come 2020, the NRA won't be writing political checks. They'll be answering subpoenas. What a shame. What a bunch of horse shit, man. Like, you know, I'm all for, I never really bitch about, you know, owners and CEOs and stuff and what they make. I feel like if you you know, the CEO of a company, the company's doing well, you deserve to do well too. But God damn, man, you know, that's a company, that's a organization it's got to be put its money where it's supposed to be. That's a shame. Seven Wonders says, I still don't know what a bootlicker is. It's about $10 extra, I think. Florida, not Florida man this time. Death by fentanyl versus gun homicides. Florida Florida Department of Law Enforcement, UCR, whatever the hell UCR stands for.
Uniform Criminal Reporting.
There you go. This is 2018. The deaths from fentanyl versus firearms is almost 3 times more. Almost 3 times more people die from fentanyl than firearms, any kind of firearms.
That's way low. I don't believe that for a minute.
You think it's higher than that? I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh yeah, we got 10 meth heads that take fentanyl in our ER every day.
Yeah,
only 10. Shit, I got that across the street.
Well,
I was watching
one of our ERs.
Rogan last week or 2 weeks ago. He had Artie Lang on. If you know Artie Lang, he's had a real troubled history. Super funny guy. Seems like a nice guy, but has just always had drug problems. And he got really, really, really bad for a while. And finally got himself cleaned up. He said he's been sober for like 9 months or something like that. And honestly, like if you watch Rogan and you like Rogan and you like Artie Lang, go watch it because it's a really entertaining. It's a really entertaining show, and he's really, man, just different than I remember him as. He's happy, he's doing good. It seems like, but they had a lot of conversations about drugs, obviously. And how hard it is, or how dangerous fentanyl is, and how many people get
it's horrifying,
really blindsided by it because it's in so many drugs now. They'll put fentanyl in so many drugs, and you don't know it, you know, until you might have a reaction to it or something like that. It's really scary, man. That shit is so strong. It's nuts.
What about Artie's nose, man? It's all like caved in.
Well, he talked about that, and I didn't know. He said he's had some issues. You know, he's obviously some of it is his drug use, but he said he actually got punched in the face, and that's what it was. He owed somebody money. He said, and he said what happened was he was walking out of a club or something one night, and he heard somebody say, "Hey, Artie," and when he turned around, he said he just got blasted in the nose, and it just totally caved in his nose. It was some kid that was like a professional fighter or an amateur fighter or just starting out, like a boxer or MMA guy or something like that. I don't know who. I don't remember who it was. He said who it was, and he was like, he's like, I didn't even know it was coming until it was there. And those pictures of him when his nose is really, really big and really swollen are right after that happened. And he said he's talked to a bunch of doctors about getting it fixed. He's like, and all of them are like, this is like the craziest. This is like the worst nose I've ever seen. He's like, this thing is just mangled. It's a mess. That's a shame. I mean, he struggled for a lot of years. A lot of rough, a lot of rough stories when you even hear him talk. Dealers won't tell users it's mixed, so they OD taking normal doses. I work for drug rehab. A drug rehab, Misha says. Yeah. Fentanyl is in Diet Beef Soda Zero. Diet Beef Soda is fentanyl free since 2017. It's good to know. It's important. It's important to get your stuff out there. You don't want to be, you don't want people any misconceptions. All right, I'm gonna screen share this one. Not so much, just to see if you guys have seen this one. I'm not going to play any sound. I got it muted. Act of self-protection. I watch him. It's interesting. I'll watch the videos. I think, a lot of them are from Brazil and foreign countries. And I think some people do have the opinion that he's sort of fear-mongering, which here, hold on here. Does anybody want to dip out so I can let Obnoxious in here? I guess Obnoxious wants to jump in.
If I can find my mute button, I will. I got to go to bed anyways.
Okay,
So,
buddy.
Later.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Hey, guy.
Yo.
What's up?
Not much.
So, I get there are a lot of people that believe that feel John Correa is just sort of capitalizing on fear mongering, which I can understand why people say that it really makes it seem like at any minute you're about to get jumped by a bunch of people, and I guess that's for you to decide for yourself, how dangerous your conditions are, your world that you live in is. But this one I thought was pretty crazy. It's at a I forget what kind of store it is now. Shit. Anyway, so he also on this video, this came out this week, a couple days ago. He at the end of this had a lawyer that he knows come in and do some almost like a consult, talking about the situation here. Because this guy, I'm going to play it here. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So this guy comes in. He throws this place has been robbed multiple times, apparently. So he comes in.
Cell phone store.
He throws the bag on the counter with the gun. He says, "Give me the money or whatever." And this dude just
Okay, stop.
16 shots he puts into this guy.
Because he didn't have 17.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's because he didn't have 17. That's yeah. So this dude was
He dropped it pretty quick.
But this is why I get hung up on the term that you stop the threat, you don't eliminate the threat.
Right.
He eliminated it after he stopped it. That's
no.
So
the lawyer was very on the fence about it legally. Now, just pop. I mean, he just
like right there. He looks like he got him in the dome.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because I was going to say those last 10 or 12 rounds, he didn't even budge.
Yeah,
just stop.
Yeah. He looks like he got a headshot.
He looked like he took one to the dome the way he went down. Could be wrong.
So now my question was, my whole thing with this was obviously it's, we talk about good shoot, bad shoot, but not just that, but you've got excessive force kind of thing here. The lawyer was Dead Horse said he was using a 9mm. I'd unloaded also. The lawyer actually, he said after seeing it, he said he's sort of on the side of that this guy was, we'll say legal for what he did and how he reacted. He said he doesn't feel that there will probably be any charges against the guy for like excessive force or whatever. But holy shit. Like when he cut loose with that guy, I was like, holy shit, that is a long time. I mean, that's a lot of shooting.
Well, when you watch it, it seems a little excessive. But if you were in it, you're just gonna fucking just
right. Well, that's what I mean. It's only the matter of like 2 seconds, right, or something. Like maybe more than 2 seconds, but it's a couple of seconds. So yeah, the lawyer had said when he first heard about it and he heard that the dude shot him, he unloaded 16 rounds at him. He said, "Oh my God, he's going to jail." But after watching it, he said, how it all happened. He said the guy did have a gun. He threw the bag on the counter, like he definitely knew it was a robbery. The guy announced that it was a robbery, that kind of thing. That's tough. And being in that dude's spot, like, man, that's 3 seconds or something. It had to be all it took. Once his mind switched into I'm pulling the trigger, it turned into I'm pulling the trigger until nothing happens anymore.
Exactly. If he would have had a 5-shot revolver, it'd have been 5 shots.
Right.
Yep. Like I said, I used to do after action with law enforcement, and we did one guy down in Philly. And usually our first question was when we sat down with him was, so how many shots do you think he fired? Oh, 3, maybe 4. Really? Then you play the tape back and it was 12 and a reload.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, and it's like you're in the moment and you just go and you go and you go and his training was you go and the gun stopped working, so I dumped and reloaded.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll be interested to see how that turns out. But again, by the description of it, it would be, oh man, that's way too much. But then after you see it, did the guy even realize he fired that many rounds until after the fact? That's the question.
Exactly. I'm sure not. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what the hell's going through your head at that point.
I know it went through that guy's head.
Well,
147 grain 9mm.
A bunch of them.
I think the cause of death might have been a lead overdose.
True.
Thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, he went down like a rock too after.
That's what I mean.
2
It
shots.
looked like he took one to the head.
Yeah, it looks like that's like that second or third round caught him right between the eyeballs there. But he dropped like a rock.
And guess what? I don't care.
What else? Is anything else on gun feed here? No. I got a chance to look through everything today. Look through a couple of them. Kimber teases almost a dozen new handguns for 2020. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's going to make nice shot show content.
I'm going to get there before you.
No way. I'm gonna trip you. I'm gonna cut your little string that you're dragging around so you can't find your way back.
That's
No.
okay because apparently every distributor pissed off Kimber anyway, so nobody can get them anyway.
Put tinfoil over your phone so your app doesn't work. You can't find your way around.
Kimber teases almost a dozen new handguns for 2020. Kimber has let the cat out of the bag on her 2020 catalog, and at least 11 new revolvers and pistols are joining the roster.
Oh.
Oh, are they gonna put that K6 DASA in 4-inch? Because that's gonna suck.
The guns include the new Rapid. That's not how you
Rapide.
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 Yeah, what's
It's
that
Italian.
all about?
It's Italian.
Yeah,
for fast.
Italian.
Rapide.
That's a pretty futuristic looking little critter right there. It's pretty sharp looking. Little cuts in the slide there. Oh.
Rapide.
45, 9, and 10. That guy's in.
We're trying to breathe a little life into it.
Yeah.
What's up with the back strap? Or the mainspring housing?
Yeah, I know. They definitely tried to tie that like sort of rounded off rectangles all over the, like
Yankee
everywhere.
will be all over that one because it matches the slide cuts.
Yeah.
Yankee will probably have like 5 of those.
Yeah, it's a pretty sharp looking piece. Looks fancy. Looks expensive. That's what's Matthias says is Rapide Italian for jams. Yeah. These guys are all about shapes. Look at this. Micro 9. It's got little cubes on it and shit. Looks like Cubert. Where's the little Cubert?
I love Cubert.
Sarge, there's your Instagram for Instagram post. Put a little Cubert on there bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
The Micro 9 this is really weird. The Micro 9 series of 9mm subcompact guns is growing with the new models A Triari. Is that supposed to be Atari, like a play off of Atari? Amethyst and Raptor collectors models. Is there some Atari Cubert nerd that they let design a gun or something? What the hell? The Micro 9 Triari uses a geometric pattern on the slide and micarta grips. Yeah. That's a little weird looking.
Uh-oh.
Triari is Italian for broken guide rod. Okay. Uh-oh, what? What's the matter, Giz?
There's a pretty low one for Snob to buy. Yeah, look at that. Purple.
Uh-oh. It's Pueblo.
Yankee will have that.
Kimber's for Karen.
There you go.
It's a fancy Kimber. For
Amethyst. That's the Amethyst. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $1061 MSRP. You probably get it for $900.
Probably.
No big deal.
My brother just won a Kimber Micro 9 at a Turkey Foundation.
Cool.
I offered him $300. You know.
This is True Tan and Black Kim Pro 2 finish. Micro 9. It's kind of cool. A little like bronzish kind of looking thing. Grip's a little weird. Almost looks like it's a flag. It's like stars and stripes kind of, but not. I don't really like that grip. There you go. Kimber K6S wheel gun.
3-inch barrel.
Son of a bitch.
4-inch combat.
4-inch barrel, target sights, wood grips. Those bastards.
Special edition.
Does it come with cool whip?
Cool whip.
Cool
Yeah.
whip.
You can whip it out at the range. Larger grip profile, 6-shot, 357.
$989.
$989. Probably get it for $850. Walnut finger groove laminate grips and white dot sights.
I'll go 700.
Look at this little guy. Look at this little fella.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
Kimber, Texas edition. Their new snubby, leaf and vine engraving on a brushed stainless steel frame, coupled with grips wearing their state motto and flag. Tree 57. Boy, there's a little plain Jane guy. Oh, it's the Evo. A no-nonsense choice. Yeah, that's for sure. Nothing fancy there.
Is there a reason all these gun companies come out with a Texas edition?
Is that come and break it model? Consolidated 1776.
Yeah. When's the last time they came out with like a Michigan model?
Yeah.
I mean, Henry just announced a Texas edition rifle.
Does that mean it comes with immigrants?
Might.
What do you think about the white?
I want to get my hands on one of those Henry 38-357 side motors.
What do you think about the white grips on that?
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I dig it,
No.
but without the printing.
I don't know. It just reminds me of a cap gun from when I was a kid. The white grips, you know.
But your childhood was very special.
You're very special.
Special, right?
There's that.
I just had visions of Midnight Range running through the sprinklers in the front lawn.
Keep your pants on.
Who wears pants?
Let's see what else we got here. What? Woman fires high point 9mm, drives off suspect.
High point.
There you go. What else? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot in the news. Hong Kong protesters fire flaming bows and arrows and javelins at cops. Holy shit.
Javelin?
Yeah. It's getting medieval over there, man. Shit. Security guard arrested after woman's accidental shooting death. I'm sure that's a shitty situation. Yeah. Security guard is facing manslaughter charge after he accidentally shot and killed a 62-year-old woman Friday. Alejandro Cruz was arrested Monday, 54. Working as a security guard at a business on Southwest 184th, and didn't have a holster for the gun he was given by his employer. What the hell? Police said Cabrera Cruz was inspecting the gun to familiarize himself with the weapon when he accidentally fired one round into the victim's back while she was sitting at a casino-style slot machine. What the hell?
He was testing the trigger pull.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be.
That's going to be a hell of a lawsuit for the employer.
Yeah, man. Defendant's gross negligence while handling the firearm caused the victim's demise, the report says. He was extremely emotional, apologetic, and remorseful about what had happened. Set a $25,000 bond, ordered him to surrender his passport. Must remain on house arrest until his release and cannot own a gun or work as a security guard.
Passport? Where was he from?
Apparently not from here.
But
yeah,
Cabrera. Green card.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. It's a shame. They didn't say what kind of business it is, though.
I would assume it. If they was shot at the slot machine. I'm thinking it was probably a casino.
Well, they're showing a picture here, and it just says she was shot while he was working as a security guard at a business on Southwest, and they're showing the front of it. It doesn't look like a casino. It just looks like a business in a strip mall. It doesn't even have anything.
Where was it? What state was it in?
Florida, I think.
As I say, because I know it was in Arizona, because Arizona you have to be a U.S. citizen, you have to be 21. So
yeah, it's Florida because it's Miami. It's the Miami-Dade Police Department. I mean, it could have been could be a bar. I mean, it could be something like that, but I mean, I guess it could be some sort of casino. George says it could be an arcade, not a casino. It could be something like that. I guess they didn't really say she was gambling. It just said she was at a machine, sitting at a casino style slot machine. So maybe it was just a game. Who knows? Well, why would they have a damn security guard there if it was just like I don't know. It's weird.
Because you're in Florida and Middle-Dade.
Ever since that Dade shootout, they've been sketchy. Yeah. Anything else? Wayne LaPierre. Oh, yeah. More resistance to tyranny from New Zealand. I was reading this one earlier. They were talking about shit. No, that's not the one
I know. Bill Maher made an announcement that he was going to cut back on the harassment and the jokes about the president because of the potential civil war.
Yeah, I did hear that. I heard that on. I think Tim Pool did a video.
Yeah,
on that.
Tim did that. Yep.
Here's what could happen too. There was a back and forth in New Zealand with gang members, and the cops trying to get them to turn guns in, and they're basically just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be doing that. And I lost that article. There was a couple of articles on New Zealand actually, like it, and I lost the one I wanted. Here's what could happen to defiant New Zealand gun owners if they resist this. I don't think this one's it. Earlier this year, New Zealand imposed a sudden and wide-sweeping gun ban following a horrific slaughter. Now, after a majority of Kiwis have simply failed to show up and hand their guns over, they could now face up to 5 years in prison if they continue to do so.
They don't have enough prisons. What are they going to do if no one complies?
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a spot to be in. Like, they're going to have to, you have to go door to door. They're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, I guess.
Nope.
Stomping doors. Good luck. Jimmy John's boycott. CEO's elephant hunting video leads to new wave of social media outrage. Oh, everybody hates Jimmy John's now? I didn't even know that. It's hard to keep up with all the people that you're supposed to hate nowadays, you know?
Well, come on, you got to get the program.
Yeah, I know.
You know, they actually issue programs, you know, so you can keep track of these things.
There's only so many hours in the day, and it's really hard to keep up on the amount of people that I'm supposed to hate. Let me look this up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work. They're gonna have to work on that. They're gonna have to figure out something.
I just hate people with like koi pond and stuff.
Gang
Harsh.
refuses to. Yeah, here we go. Gang refuses to bow to New Zealand's gun reforms. We can't guarantee our own safety. The New Zealand government warned that those who do not give up their military-style semi-automatic guns by September would face 5 years in prison. The news came as one notorious gang said it would refuse to hand in its weapons. On Tuesday, the New Zealand Parliament will hear the first reading of new legislation designed to clamp down on military-style semi-automatic weapons as it seeks to expedite changes in the law following the mosque attacks. The bill will outlaw military guns and assault rifles, although there will be exemptions for guns that farmers often used for pest control. So you get that. The mongrel mob gang, which is one of New Zealand's most notorious, won favorable headlines when it said it would protect mosques after the attacks and pledge solidarity with the country's Muslim community. Damn pop-ups. Sonny Fatu, who heads the gang's Waikato branch based in North Island, said members who had illegal guns should be trusted to not harm members of the public. Will gangs get rid of their weapons? No. Because of who we are, we can't guarantee our own safety, he told the news site. It's not our culture to inflict harm on innocent people like what happened in Christchurch, Fatu said. The attacks between our organizations are gang on gang. They do not involve the non-gang members. Although there may be peripheral damage and violence that occasionally spills out into the public eye, it is absolutely without intention for any harm to be caused to non-gang members. Boy, this is a hell of an argument, isn't it? Police Minister Stuart Nash, however, said there would be no exemptions to the new legislation and that there would be 5 years in prison for those caught with them. So they're saying turn in your guns. Now here's what's funny. This is what's so odd about this. They want to take all the guns. So this is what I'm glad I read this because now I understand more about it. But they said we're going to take all your guns, or you're going to get 5 years. And they, as the gang, said we need our guns to protect ourselves. And I was like, oh, that's pretty, and it's kind of neat that they're making their voices heard and that they need to protect themselves. And then they go a little bit farther and say, because we got to shoot at other gangs and we got to, and we're not trying to hurt other people. It's just sometimes it happens, basically. It's such a weird statement, weird argument. Interesting. There will be an amnesty until the end of September where people with guns or gun parts that would be illegal can surrender them to police. There will also be a buyback scheme for forbidden weapons, which could cost the government more than $200 million. Gun City, which sold weapons to the man accused of the killings, has started a petition calling on Parliament for a longer public consultation process. Well, there you go. So they just want to take guns. And they can't figure out how to get it made, how to get it happen, how to get it to happen. So what should they do?
I think they got a fight in their hands, and they're probably going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, there's what did they? I think they were up to an estimated 13% or 12% of guns. I think that's what it was last time I heard. I think after the first couple months, it was only like a couple percent. It was a real small percent. And then I'd heard it was 8%, and I think now it's up to like 13%. We don't need to read that. I don't know. Anything else in the news? That you got anything else popping up that you guys have heard about?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything else really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of slow as far as news stuff.
I used to watch this Killer Food series.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, and I don't know where it went.
It folded. Lincoln man arrested in Iowa for trafficking firearms. No, that's no big deal. Pew Pew Park says Jollibee's spicy chicken joy.
I want spicy chicken.
Yeah, nothing wrong with spicy chicken.
Oh,
Ooh, what?
Orange Man has stuff. What does that say? Oh, fucking pumpkin spice. Come on.
Pumpkin
best stuff
spice.
ever.
Pumpkin chunkin'?
No, pumpkin chunkin' I can get behind. But pumpkin
That's
spice.
patch. That's patch I'm going to give away on my next live show.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody's going to watch that.
Nope, I got that for the basic white
Oh.
girl in the panel.
I'll watch it. I'll try to win it.
Just give it to Sarge now.
That's who I bought it for.
Oh, did you guys see that? It's not Remington. Was it Smith and Wesson is splitting their outdoors?
Is it just gonna be Smith and then Wesson?
Yeah.
Is this like
They're-
left Twix and right Twix?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was Smith and Wesson is splitting their
You got Ben and no Jerry.
Your peanut butter hit my chocolate.
their outdoors wing of their the company. They own an outdoors brand too, I guess.
So they're only selling indoors guns now? Or?
Well, I mean, I guess they're just what they're worried about is that
They're going to get sued like Remington.
well, they're worried that being associated with a gun manufacturer is going to hurt their sales of their outdoors products.
Obnoxious. Take that off the screen. God damn it.
Why? Why would I take that off the screen? And who's going to go, well, it used to be Smith & Wesson was associated with guns, but now Smith & Wesson is completely different since they split it up and they're doing outdoor products in one.
They're making
guns in the
tents
other.
and
Right.
and grills and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I should
Take it up.
Why? Why?
I will send you anthrax in the mail.
Whoa. You can't say that live on a show. Are you crazy?
Jesus.
Which
Are you
album?
nuts? Jesus Christ. Are you
Yeah,
crazy?
which album? I don't know. Yeah.
Can we time him out?
Something.
Where's that bad button when you need it?
Wait,
Anyway.
that was a show I was watching.
Anthrax? I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
I think we need a disclaimer. We need a disclaimer.
We've all seen it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Opinions
the
opinions are
mail distributed by
Midnight Range TM.
Two Live Moo is the mail of Two Live Moo and Two Live Moo only, and is not the mail from Midnight Range or any of the Epsteins who did not kill themselves.
And the Holsteins that did not milk themselves. Oh.
Where the hell?
And by the way, I don't have any more anthrax.
You mailed it all out?
Not mail.
So I should be expecting an envelope with some white powder soon.
Uh-oh.
Only if it's Quintet.
See, there you go.
It's hot air balloon.
Get one of those, you get the Men in Black showing up at your door.
Government advisory, Patriot.
I'm seeing out there in the chat, they're saying that roll call is anti-cat.
This is
How
true.
about that?
This is 100% true.
Yes, he is.
His little girl wanted nothing more than a cute little tabby named Tomato, and roll call has said no cats,
Because he hates cats.
because he hates cats.
Does he hate them or is he allergic?
He hates them.
Yeah, here we go. American
How
Outdoor
can you
to
hate?
American Outdoor to split into two firms, separating its gun business. American Outdoor Brands Corp. Okay, so this is the company that owns Smith and Wesson. Said it will split into two publicly traded companies, one focused on firearms and the other on outdoor products, in an effort to reverse a stock market decline amid rising pressure for tougher U.S. gun laws.
Which there really is no pressure, so why? It's just an excuse.
The resulting companies, Smith & Wesson Brands Incorporated and American Outdoor Brands Incorporated, will be achieved through the spin-off of the outdoor accessories business as a tax-free stock divided to shareholders. The transaction is expected to be completed in the second half of the year. Springfield, Mass. Company said Wednesday. There have been significant changes in the political climate as well as the economic, investing, and insurance markets since we embarked upon what we believe have been our very successful diversification efforts, Chairman Barry Monheit said in a statement. The plan caps a tumultuous year for American Outdoor as mass shootings in the U.S. made it more politically sensitive to sell firearms and ammunition. In addition, American Outdoors slashed its profit forecast in August to less than the lowest analyst estimate at the time, citing costs from tariffs on imports from China, where the company has manufacturing operations. The shares fell 3.1%.
So the question actually being is, okay, so there's been less in 19 than there has been in 18 and 17. Why did they decide to wait and do it now?
Yeah, the shares fell 3.1% to 765 after the close of regular trading in New York. The shares have tumbled 39% this year. Sturm, Ruger and Company, a rival gun maker, slid 17% during the same period.
Yeah, so it has absolutely nothing to do with the political climate. It has to do with they're losing money.
Yeah. Separating the firearms business could also help the accessory business improve its assets to capital bank. See, here you go. This is a huge problem. This is where a lot of it comes from. Separating the firearms business could also help the American outdoor accessory business improve its access to Capital Bank of America Corp, which is among financial companies that have announced plans to stop lending to makers of assault. So these big ass banks, these banks have come out. People, the banks have been pressured to not do business with firearms companies, and it's working. This company is like, whoa, we can't. They're not gonna loan to us. They're not gonna do business with us. We got to do something. We got to split this company up. It's like eroding. It's chewing up these companies. It's breaking up these companies because they want to be able to stay not relevant, but stay working with these banks.
Viable, financially viable.
Yeah.
But guess what? There are other banks. That's the whole problem.
Right. This is
If you're an entrepreneur and you want to make a killing, open up a bank or open up a credit cards that just are specifically open for gun folks. And you make a killing.
Yeah, a lot of people use credit cards for guns, man. Because you want it now. You find the deal and you got to have it now.
Well, it's not so much that too. It's also it's a tax thing too, because you have everything all one spot, so you know what's been done, and plus the insurance on there and everything else.
Yeah. So there you go. It's a shame because you kind of saw it coming to some extent. You saw the writing on the walls when it became a topic of conversation with pushing for these banks to not work with gun manufacturers, and it seems to be working.
Well, like I said, Obama tried pulling that crap and came back and bit him in the ass. And it's going to happen again, because what's going to happen is people are just going to get the shits of it, and they're going to start pulling their stuff, and they're going to pull their accounts, and they're going to pull their personal accounts, and then they're going to be SOL.
Mm-hmm. No matter what, these banks are operating on other people's money.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to do with one of the bigger banks, and they started giving me a ration of shit, and I knew one of the girls that used to come into the gun store from the credit union. She goes, yeah, we'll take your business. Works for me.
Yeah. Oh, man. No, anything else? I'm looking through these stories to see if there's anything else. Anti-gun hypocrisy only proves I really do need a gun. From ammoland.com. Twice as many violent attacks are prevented than carried out because the victim had a gun. That's a huge part of it for me, too, is you say these couple hundred people, or whatever it is, not more than a couple hundred, but the amount of people that die because of firearms versus saved.
Well, as I said, they're never going to report that because it's way out of their narrative. And
Yeah.
Lord knows we can't have anything positive coming out of that.
Time for you guys to answer the hard-hitting questions. Waffles versus pancakes. I guess it depends on what you're using them for.
Waffles.
I don't know, man. That's a tough question. That's a tough one.
Waffles for ice cream, but pancakes, for breakfast.
Waffles are more. You can do more with waffles for sure. You don't do chicken and pancakes. You do chicken and waffles. You never
I don't do
see
chicken
ice
and
cream.
waffles either.
You never. Well, you're weird. You never see ice cream in a pancake cone.
That's a very valid point.
Oh no,
Yeah.
like I said, it's waffles and ice cream, and pancakes for breakfast.
Yeah.
Have one of those pancake cones.
Yeah. It's all soggy and flopping around.
This is the most pathetic dessert I've ever had.
Dead horse says
Yeah.
chicken and pancakes. That's $1 million idea.
Let me say something.
Actually,
You ever
it
had
is.
chicken and waffles, Jorge?
Waffles.
Oh my gosh.
Especially crispy waffles.
Now the wife wants a waffle.
We got a Rocky's Hot Chicken Shack near us, and they make
I've
chicken
never
and
heard
waffles.
of it, but that sounds like an awesome place.
It is
Speaking,
absolutely awesome, and their chicken and waffles are fantastic.
Actually, Midnight, I do have a question for you. You coming out to SHOT Show?
No. I wish I could. I want to someday. I'd love to bring my father-in-law out. He'd go bananas in that place, man. He'd be like a 4-year-old in Toys R Us. He would just be like, I think he would either that or he would have a complete like sensory gun nut meltdown and just
Overload.
freak out. Yeah, just melt down. No, but I'd love to be able to bring him out like when he retires or something like that. I don't have enough subs, first of all, but you get now it's expensive to get out there too and stay. Like it just don't have the money.
We got room.
As I hear this, we have a boring breakfast with just bread and cheese or meat. American breakfast is the way to get. American breakfast is awesome. American breakfast kicked the shit out of everybody else's breakfast. Hey, I said it.
What is your ideal Sunday morning breakfast?
Oh man, I don't know. I
mean,
love
Egg,
I
sausage.
love egg. Yeah, I love
Waffles.
eggs. I'm a huge egg fan. I do like a really good egg sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich. You have like maybe sausage, egg, cheese, the whole nine on there. It doesn't always have. I mean, you can make it yourself. Do it even on like a really good wheat toast, like a whole grain wheat toast with a ton of flavor in it. It's good stuff.
Cheese, mayo, mustard.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
mayo.
no mustard.
No.
No mustard. I do
French
like mayo.
French toast, scrambled eggs, and about
Mhm.
3 pounds of bacon.
Mhm.
Scrambled eggs. Get the hell out of here with scrambled eggs. What the basic white chick shit? Scrambled
Come
eggs.
on.
No,
damn
you
right.
gotta wreck your eggs. You can't do them. You can't
No.
do slimy eggs. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you have to have runny eggs.
Yeah, over easy, over light. That's the way to go.
Not if you're
There's
doing.
the
Not if you're not
series.
getting toast. If you're just getting French toast, you don't have
Well, you
anything.
get toast too, you damn fool. Just because
Why?
you're getting French toast. Come on.
I'm
No.
gonna come and punch you in your vagina.
Jesus. This guy was he must have grown up under communism somewhere. He doesn't think he can have French toast and toast, regular toast. What the hell?
I gotta save room for the 3 pounds of bacon. Why
It's
am I
not
gonna?
possible.
Wasn't that Tulsa?
Yes.
Claremore.
Claremore.
To go
Dead
bacon.
horse. No,
Is it,
them whites.
is it Claremore or Claymore?
Claire.
Either way, you're both fine.
Dead horse says all over easy all day every. What is poached eggs? Poached eggs or poached eggs?
Oh, poached egg, little vinegar in the water.
Little vinegar,
Swirl it.
yeah. Yep, vinegar and salt in the water. Bring it up to a light simmer and drop them in. Swirl them around a little bit. Give them a couple minutes. No, you can poach as long as you have a cooking license. Then you can poach. It's not poaching. Then that's cool. No big deal.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta. I mean, it's not a right. It's not a right. It's a privilege. You got to have a license.
27th Amendment. It's poaching.
The wife says the guest saving it for his second wife. What does that mean? What am I? What are we saving?
You better look out. She's probably packing her shit out in the driveway right now.
Probably. When she goes live when she goes on Instagram with a big smile on her face, you know she finally took off. Left me for dead in a ditch somewhere. Eggs over my hammy, like moons over my hammy, like at Denny's.
Yeah.
Moons over my hammy, double smothered and covered.
With ham.
Yeah. The Yeet Marshal. Who's the Yeet Marshal? Who's that? Should be the Yeety Marshal.
You can't beat a good Eggs Benny, though. Eggs Benny is the best.
I'm guessing. Dead Horse says, I'm getting a second wife. Does that mean I'm moving to Utah? We'll be neighbors. We do a couple eggs, but you got to come up early enough to get brunch on a Saturday sometime, Sarge. When you come up, we do brunch on
Okay,
Saturday.
you sold me. All right.
We do
Done.
some awesome stuff. Like if you can come up for the outdoor show, if you come up on like Saturday morning,
Mm-hmm.
have brunch, and then maybe do something fun with the family on Saturday if anybody comes up with you, and then we could go to the outdoor show on Sunday.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Revolver says country fried steak, gravy on or gravy on the side? Both.
On.
Both.
You need to put back to the brunch. You need to put an egg and like an over medium egg on that hamburger on the Wagyu burger.
That's good. That's
what
good.
we do.
No.
Oh,
Sun
do you?
side up.
Yeah, we do that.
I'm
We
saving
do.
up gas money right now.
we do the burger, and then it has. All right, listen to this. Okay, here's what we do.
Wait a minute. All right.
Okay, so it's the burger, and then we do roasted tomatoes on it, a wasabi cheddar cheese, frizzled onions, and bacon mayo on the burger. New York Outcast says the white graves freak me out. You mean white gravy? If you eat enough white gravy, you'll be in the grave. So
Homophobe.
that sounds manly. Yeah, that's a manwich. I don't know. I think when you do chicken fried steak, and they were talking about it on, I think it was Matt's chat. They were talking about it's like, oh, should you leave it off the side so the steak doesn't get crunchy or doesn't get soggy, or do you put the gravy right on the steak so that it soaks into the breading and makes it nice and tender?
That's just at the serving part was when you put the gravy on.
Yeah. But if you like wrapping your meatloaf in bacon, yeah, I do a bacon wrapped meatloaf. Oh yeah, I have a video on that. The bacon wrapped bison meatloaf. That shit's slamming. If you ever want to make meatloaf, that's the one to do. Do that one. You could even do that in the summertime on the grill. That would be really good. I think you kind of have it both ways. You put the gravy on the chicken fried steak, but only in the middle of it, so you have the ends that are still crunchy.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I just thought about something. I wonder how smoked turkey bacon would be. Put some bacon on the turkey for Thanksgiving and put it.
Oh, I've
put it
seen
in the
people.
grill
I've
and
seen
smoke
people
it.
do that. I've seen people do that where they lay strips of bacon across the top.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chicken fried steak sounds awesome right about now. I'm like totally off carbs right now though. I got my. I look ripped probably right now. I look like totally jacked right now because I've been on a diet for like 4 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do,
Yeah.
Dude,
Awesome,
you're like
man.
Brock
Totally
Lesnar
awesome.
right now.
Oh
barely,
yeah, at least.
barely recognized you when I came in.
Yeah,
I,
I'm sure.
I wasn't sure if you were if you
You
were
know, I
actually
could
you or
tell-
if you were Lou Ferrigno.
I could tell because my hat fit a lot looser today when I put my hat on.
You're gonna lose it all in your head, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got a ways to go. That big fat melon.
Yeah. There was a Drew Carey show back in the day where he was trying to, I forget what he was trying to do, he was trying to get out of a job or trying to get like workers' compensation or something. I forget. He was trying to scam the system somehow. And he laid on the couch and then they put with the cushions off, and then they put the cushions on top of him and then had one of like some skinny, really super skinny guy lay there and pretended to be the body, and he was the head, almost like a magician's trick or something. And the boss came over or something to check on him because he didn't believe that he was didn't believe that he had lost all this weight, and he was like real sick and stuff and couldn't go to work or whatever the hell it was. And and the guy looks at him, and they pull the covers back, and he's got these scrawny ass chicken legs, right? And he's like, "Oh my God!" He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't believe you. He's like, "But why is your head still so fat?" And he's like, "Don't you know?" He's all like sickly. He's like, "Don't you know? Head fat's the hardest to lose." It's funny. Head fat's the hardest fat to lose. George says, "You look so ripped. I almost didn't know it was you." I know, right? You're like, man, when did? Yeah.
All right, take your shirt off.
No thanks. We don't need that. Dead Horse says, "Are women cooks called chefs too?" Yes, there's no distinction in gender yet until somebody screws with that. Pretty soon we'll have to call them chefs or chefas or something like that. But I will say this though: when you chef jacket, I think it has buttons on both sides, right? It's double flapped,
Mm-hmm.
A female chef is supposed to fold it the other way. So, Kinky got rocked.
Oh God, what the hell happened?
Kinky got zapped.
He's been detained.
He's been detained. Oh my God, he got him.
Oh shit, I missed it. What did he say?
He said goes tactical, and he got a bunch of hearts, and Sarge is like, not in my watch.
It only took 25 minutes for that to happen, but it was slow as burn ever.
And
So, like,
Dead
when
Horse
I-
wants to know if there's a female version of chef, and yes, it's called wife.
I heard behind every good male chef is a woman who taught him how to cook. Is that? I never worked with I never had a female as a boss. In culinary school, we had some instructors that were women.
But they suck.
It's a hard business. It's a hard business for a woman. It's there's not that people. I've never been directly. I just got a message on Instagram. It says, "What the heck happened to my wrench? What's he crying about now?"
I'm not the one who's crying at in Instagram messages.
But it's it's hard. I mean, it's a tough business. It's physical and it's emotional. It really is. You put a lot of work into it, and it's hard. It's another career that when women want to have a family, it makes it hard. If you want to have not so much just getting married or whatever, because it is what it is, but when you want to have kids, as a one of the restaurant that I when I had my second job for a while, the sous chef there was just back from maternity leave. She was awesome. She was so good at her job. I really had a lot of respect for her. She knew what she was doing in the kitchen. She had a good attitude. Like she was great to work with. Like I have nothing but great things to say about her. But she had to leave a lot at home. You know what I mean? And a lot of women wouldn't be willing to do that, So I think, you see a lot more younger women or get into the industry, and then when it comes time to decide whether they want to have a family or not, then it's time, and they get out because they just can't have both. It's one of those industries where it's really hard to have both because it's so demanding. You just need to be there. You need to be involved, and it's hard to get set schedules at a lot of places. And, and if you do go on maternity leave, you leave for a while and you lose your job, and, it's tough. Dead Horse says, I'm cooking waffle pizza for dinner right now. Waffles and cheese, bologna and ketchup. Looks like a masterpiece dish to me. Sounds great.
That actually doesn't sound bad. Picture it didn't happen.
Yeah, true. George says, in the Mexican culture, when a daughter learns to cook at a young age, say 18, they're ready to get married. There you go.
Nobody's ready at 18. Come on.
Revolver says men are actually better cooks. I can't say that men or women are actually better cooks. I mean, there's some super awesome chefs that are female. It's just I mean, and I say it in a very non-sexist way. It's a hard industry for females, for women. The wife says, George Cortez, that's in my culture too, but mostly because the women do all the cooking.
What's her culture?
Russian and Polish.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I don't know why I had a hard time thinking.
That sounded like a question.
Yeah, it didn't come to me
Russian
right
and
away.
what the hell are you again?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't pop into my head right away. All of a sudden, I was like, "What?"
I know it's going to pop into your head later for forgetting what you're waiting for.
You're in so much. You're so much trouble.
127 grains of 120. What is it? No, she's carrying. She's got 115 grains. That's what it is. Critical defense. Ghost G-Host Tactical is out there.
Is he Russian and Polish?
I've been eating hospital cafeteria food now for weeks. I'm convinced it's the same food they serve in prison, but you have to pay for it. We've been really lucky when we've had to do hospital food. The hospital food at we had Thanksgiving in the hospital when my son was born, because he was born on Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was a month early, born on Thanksgiving.
So his birthday's always the last Thursday in November?
Well, it's
Would you pick a day?
no, we picked the day.
Okay.
Yeah, we picked the day. Yeah, we did. We flipped a coin. So that was actually kind of funny because they do a big setup in the cafeteria at the hospital. It was really, really nice. Actually, it was free. You didn't have to pay for it. You just went down and you got food and took it up. That was really nice. It did, and it was really good, man. It was really good. It's the big buffet,
Ghost said, does he have a lot of hospital food lately? What's up with that?
Probably because of his dad. I think his dad's been having some.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sabrina says they complain about hospital food in the U.S. Yeah, it's a little bit different when you say hospital food too, because the food that they bring to people versus the food in the cafeteria nowadays is generally much different. The hospital has almost nothing to do with the food served in the cafeterias. A lot of times, it's all licensed out, and it'll be a company that does it, like not a catering company, but like a Aramark or a large company that does. That's what they do, and I'm not really sure how it works out with money. I don't know if they get a contract, obviously, and what I'm sure what they probably have to pay to have the right to sell food in there. And there's probably limitations on what type of food and cost and stuff like that. But then they run it almost like a restaurant, really. The one out here is that we've dealt with it's nice. They actually have quite a lot of variety, and it's really good. I really can't complain about it at all. I mean, it'd be hard for somebody to complain about it. But the stuff that they bring to your room is a whole different story, because that stuff is super mass produced, and they have to truck it all the way through the hospital. It's a hell of an undertaking, man. I've known some guys that have left and gone to work at hospitals and stuff, and man, they were like, either you love it or you hate it. And I have only found one or two people that have really liked it. Most people just don't like the fact of just mass producing stuff like that, and there's no heart in it. You know what I mean? It's tough. Ghost is saying it's amazing what a stroke can do. Yeah, my dad has had 2 strokes. He was driving the first one he had. That was, when you hear about that going really, really bad sometimes, or people have some sort of issue like that while they're driving. And I also had a chef years ago. The executive chef at the place I was working at was diabetic and didn't know it, and he passed out while he was driving, and went down over an embankment, and he came in like a week later. Was just, I mean, he looked like Mike Tyson got a hold of him, man. He was beat to hell. What are we throwing $2 in for?
We're raising money for Obnoxious's internet.
Oh,
yeah, they only needed 10,002. Like I said, I don't know why they needed that extra $2. I don't know.
The 2002.
That's where all the profit is.
That's where all the profit is. That's the price I was quoted to bring cable internet down here to the house. It was 10,002.
Yeah. Well, it was probably $2,000, and the last time they did it, they broke a screwdriver or something. They're like, we better tack on an extra screwdriver charge there. We'll get them.
Yeah, it's
Get our money back.
10,000 for $10,000 for all the equipment, $2 for the guy to put it in.
Yeah. Sabrina says, hear people complain always. I know she's from the Netherlands, I think. I forget. Sabrina, where are you from again? I forget. And so some of the sentences are a little off. Because the food doesn't taste a lot, almost no salt, etc. Because people can't have salt and the rest gets it. Yeah, exactly. It's all mass produced. It's cooked. It's almost like cooking to the lowest common denominator. It's like, well, some people can't have much salt and some people can't have much sugar and some people can't, you know what I mean? So they do away with a lot of that stuff and keep it very bland and rudimentary kind of. And then, you can add a little salt to it if you want to. Me is from the Netherlands or maybe Poland or Russia or Somalia or something. Yeah. She is Dutch. Kinky says now you need $1,994. Obnoxious, I went big. He went the big one, big time.
So he donated $8,006.
8,008. Well, no, because you were in for 2.
Yeah, I'm in for 2. So he went 8,006. That's awesome. I take back 10% of the things I've said about you.
10%. Holy smoke. Hey, big question here, guys. Now take a deep breath. Let's get back into the mode here. Where Revolver says, off topic, but what kind of wallet do you guys carry? I've been into minimalist wallets and really enjoying Travax wallets. I have a cheap, mine's.
Is it made of duct tape?
It's from Dickies. It's a Dickies wallet, and from the old Wally world. Just a regular old sort of. It's a bifold, but it's got a flip out. It's got a flip out too, which is kind of nice because you can keep some stuff in that. Nothing crazy. Kind of old school. Nothing fancy. I don't have one of the ones that protects it from getting zapped by.
Does it make this sound when you open it?
No, it doesn't.
Hold on, I
wish it did.
Let me get some change.
We get an RFID wallet. And
Ghost says he carries a $5 Velcro from wallet. That's where this one's from, Walmart. It was like $10 or something. Really nice for $10.
we have a place here in town that actually does leather wallets. Really, really decent, really cheap. Because I got a small one just because of driving and stuff that I can't. So this one fits in my pocket, just enough to hold 6 or 8 credit cards and some cash and your license and stuff, and that's it. George says C4 Defense a sports wallet. Yeah, it's a sports wallet, and when he's at work, he wears the rec specs too, so he doesn't lose his glasses. Hey, what's wrong with rec specs?
Well, it's a cop thing, I guess. I don't know.
I'm still questioning the 6 or 8 credit cards. Holy shit.
Ozzy says, I just got a news flash. Ozzy is pregnant, everyone. So let's congratulate Ozzy. He is pregnant. Ghost says he's got a small one. Well, I mean, he's got small hands. He got small pants. He probably got a small pocket. You got to have a small wallet. I heard him and Clover share a wallet.
You're always after me, Lucky Charms.
What they do, they got a wallet like George Costanza had in Seinfeld, where they take a and then they sit on it so that they look taller.
Yeah. Yeah, his wallet was 8 inches high. No. Who's talking about prison wallets? The hell's my... See, leave it to my wife. We have a nice family chat here. Just some friends talking about, our lives. And she goes and drags it right into the toilet. Prison wallet talk.
My question is what does she know about prison wallets? That would be my question.
I'm not going to say nothing about it. I don't want to get in trouble. A few weeks ago...
Smart guy.
Yeah. Sabrina says, a few weeks ago, I heard on the news that people with intolerances and allergies aren't safe in the hospital. My diabetic husband last year had high sugars because they gave him stuff he probably says couldn't have. Man, I'll tell you what. There's mistakes in a restaurant that do 100 covers a night or something. When you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of people, there's bound to be mistakes. I mean, it's...
What did you say? 100 covers a night? What's that mean?
I said if 100 covers, like 100 people. Cover is a person. You do 100 people, it's 100 covers. A cover is a person. So, I mean, if you do, whatever, there's going to be mistakes in a restaurant, let alone the crazy amount of shit that goes on in a hospital with the amount of people that are there and in and out and the amount of stuff they got to do at once and doing all the special orders and stuff. I mean, sad to say, but shit's going to happen. There's going to be mistakes. It's just, you hope that it's nothing bad. And that's, I'm sure they've probably gotten rid of a lot of the allergens, a lot of the tree nuts and stuff like that, so that they don't have to worry about that, at least, I would imagine. Although I know they use peanut butter a lot, but those are the single serving things too. They have like little single serving packs, peanut butter packs. Where was that? Ozzy said mass shooting in Fresno, California, at least 9 dead in a backyard party. Well, we can look it up here and see what it says. George Costanza got his from Vandalay Industries. Yeah, they're in the import-export business, right? Isn't that what it was?
It's latex.
Yeah. Is that what it was? Latex? Yeah.
But yeah. But it was also imports and exports.
Yeah.
Imported potato
We're in the
chips.
export business, right?
Art Vandalay.
Yeah. The wife says, I can list all the worst mistakes at the first hospital I worked at. Dude, so many people died when she worked there. So many.
Jesus Christ.
It's widely known. That's why we had to leave Idaho. We used to live in Idaho. Probably wasn't supposed to say that.
Who lived in Idaho?
I don't know. I've never been to Idaho. You said you want a potato?
Jesus.
Not
I
now.
like potatoes.
Not now.
Potatoes
I don't
are
want
good.
no Idaho potato.
How about French fries? Let's talk about French fries. French fries are good, right? My kid had French fries.
Everybody died. Sweet potato?
Sweet potato.
Let's talk about sweet potato French fries and why they take them back.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, wasn't it?
I have never ever seen that in my life.
That's crazy.
We got the world's healthiest meal.
Wait,
and
who
then
sent that back?
we went. What did we all get? Like almost the same thing.
Monte Cristos. We all got Monte Cristos.
Ooh.
And
you got sweet. Me and you got sweet potato fries.
No, I got regular fries. You got sweet potato fries. Gizzard and Snob both got onion rings.
And then it came out with 1 regular fry and 3 sweet potato fries.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, we ordered onion rings. She's like, oh, okay. And then she goes back to the kitchen. And they start eating their fries while they wait. And she goes back, well, I'm going to have to come back and take those fries. Do what? What are you going to do with them? And she took them back and brought their sandwich back, not with nothing beside it, and then brought the onion rings back after that.
I would honestly, That would be an interesting question to ask. I would, like I said, there are places that I could see them for some weird reason wanting to do that. I don't think there's any good reason for them to do that, but they probably had their reason. But it would be, I would have loved to have been there to ask, like, why did you get rid of those?
Or did you get rid of them? What did you do with those?
Where did those go? The dishwasher back there is like, rah, 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 rah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, they probably went back on the floor.
Yeah.
Dishwasher's back there going bananas on all your French fries.
Oh,
At least it didn't go to waste.
I made sweet potato fries again by accident. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Let me eat these.
Yeah.
You don't want those.
Quick, let's eat the evidence.
Yeah. Oops, I overcooked another burger. Better eat it.
Yep.
Better get rid of it. Better get rid of it.
Oops, I cooked another 3 pounds of bacon.
Well, it's a lot of
Jesus.
times in restaurants, it is the things like French fries and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, I made way too many French fries for this order. I'll just put them over here, and
Yeah.
or an extra chicken finger. Oh man, I threw 6 down. It was only supposed to be 5. Oh shit!
Did I really cook 3 duck confit?
Yeah. Oh man.
Damn it.
Oh, the whole 3 whole ribeyes. God damn, I only needed 1.
Again?
I'm sending you a picture of the to-go bacon. Just look at it.
I saw it last year when you were there. A big old pile of bacon in a to-go box.
Well, this is just the meal. Just look at this monstrosity. Who has never been able to power through an order of bacon?
Me. Everybody that's been to Hugo's in Claremore.
Just give up. You just
Yeah.
can't.
So this is what you got, not what you had left over, right?
This is what I got. If you focus in on that, that is a lot of
let me
bacon.
see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hurry up
And
and
That's like 20.
Screen
That's like
share
2
it.
dozen. That's like 2 dozen, right?
Yeah.
It's a text.
Oh. Well, hold it up.
I could email it. Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll just email this thing to you.
I want to. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
No.
That's about 2 dozen slices of bacon, right?
Yeah, it's all thick cut.
And
Yeah.
a nice shot glass of maple syrup to wash it down with.
Mhm. Meat sweats.
Meat sweats for show.
I've seen those. I've seen meat sweats.
She's not wrong.
I've never had them. Probably never will. What's he? Sarge is laughing.
I think I've eaten a lot of bacon in the past week too. I'm not baconed out.
You some bitch.
I'm not baconed out, but did eat a lot of bacon this week. But almost, that's one of the things I was thinking about all day today. I was like, man, I'm gonna do a show tonight, and I really want to have a birch beer, and I'm not gonna drink a birch beer. I was kind of bummed out about that.
I'm gonna have a show tonight. I'm just gonna eat a pound of bacon.
Yeah, that I could do.
Did you barbecue your ass in molasses?
Nope, can't have the sugar. Can't have the molasses. Can't even have the molasses.
It's just barbecued, isn't it? You can just eat the meat.
Yeah, that's true. Barbecue. Bob, B-O-B. Bob, Q.
Put the evidence in the car.
Put the evidence in the car. Thick cut apples, wood smoked. We do we have a cherry wood smoked bacon. That's slamming too. The cherry wood's way better.
Cherry,
If you go anywhere, you can get a hold of some cherry wood versus the apple wood. Really good.
God damn it! I just ordered a bunch of apple wood.
Apple wood's good. Cherry wood's better. The wife says I need to do some keto recipes. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing keto. Doing really good. Doing really good too, man. I'm pretty proud of myself so far. The word, literally, I've had, other than, when did I start it? Like Tuesday? Did I start it? Something like that. I think, dude, the worst thing I've had a cookie since I started. I had one cookie. I've had almost no sugar. I've had no starch, no potatoes, no no flour, no nothing. Yeah. I've been,
Guarantee you'll never see you on that diet.
yeah, I needed to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I've been up and down my whole life. I've always been a big dude. And then it gets bad. It gets the best of me, and I lose some weight and it just bounce back and forth. And I'm at a high weight, really, seriously high, and just not feeling good. I'm really I'm getting older, and not just because I'm getting older, but just beating my body up. You know what I mean? Like, these years in the kitchens, running around, and it's all catching up. It all catches up to you. It catches up to everybody. It's just some people faster and worse than others.
Wait till you hit 50.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would just, what I'm hoping is that, yeah, when I get to 50, I'm not any worse than I am now, maybe, as far as the way I feel. So, yeah, I had to. I don't have a problem talking about it. I actually, talking about it actually really helps me. It's in the past. I do better when I'm open about it. Some people don't. Some people go on a diet and they're very, they're kind of embarrassed, and they don't want to talk about it because they feel bad about having to be on it. I tend to do better when I do talk about it. It keeps me more honest, and it keeps me a little more motivated to not do anything bad, not fall off the wagon. And yeah, George is out there. He says, "What is it?" And the wife said, "No sugar, low carbs, all the meat and good fats you want." Yeah, I mean, it's whiskey is not keto, right? I don't know, because there's quite a lot of carbs in alcohol, I believe.
Yes, there is, and sugar.
Yeah, and sugar. Yeah, I've totally cut out. I mean, I used to drink at work, drink a lot of water. I mean, I always have drank a lot of water, but I would do water with like half and half, like water with lemonade and stuff, a lot at work too. I totally cut that out. Like I say, I haven't had really any kind of carbs in almost a week. And that's to the point, like, no potatoes or anything. The carbs that I am getting are carbs from vegetables, like roasted butternut squash, which is awesome. I love it. It's so sweet and good. But that's the most carbs I have in my diet right now is something like that. Or some vegetables like broccoli or asparagus or something. But
yeah, it's easy. I dropped 100 pounds on keto.
Yeah,
in 9 months.
Yeah, it's I see a lot of success with it, and I will say this too. Within a couple of days, I could tell that my blood pressure was down a little bit. Not down in a bad way, but like I could just tell like something was different. I had a chef that I worked with twice. He was, when I was very young, he was my chef, and then he was a chef at a place I worked at recently, and he cut out gluten because he was having issues with arthritis in his joints, and he did that and noticed it a lot, and he did it because he just wasn't generally feeling well. He just was run down and not feeling well, and arthritis pain and all this kind of stuff. But once he cut it all out, and he just pretty soon after he did it, just really started feeling better. I'm not as a chef, I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to cook for people that have a lot of allergies and a lot of this and that. But I can totally see why people do different things. You know, there's things that work for people, and you know, it's whatever works for you is great. I think you should do a couple keto items in your menu. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was told I needed to go on a diet, so I went to the police academy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I started at 250 and I came out of the academy at 315.
How'd that work out for you?
That's no joke. Then again, we're at the gym, 5 days a week, 2-3 hours a day, and so.
She says keto is nice because if you screw up, you may not completely fall out of ketosis. Just slow down. Not many diets are like that. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I'm doing it. I think it's good.
See, I just have to be in a room and smell it, and that's 10 pounds. So
yeah, it's hard. I will say what's kind of nice is being in a restaurant, we have like soda fountains and stuff like that, So when I want something sweet, I'll literally go out and I'll pour myself like an ounce and a half or 2 ounces or something worth of like Diet Coke.
Crown.
And I drink it. Yeah, Crown Royal.
Diet
and I do
Soda
that.
Zero.
Yeah, I do that 150 times in an hour, and then I'm good. I don't, But that helps curb it. It's just it's tough. I'm a compulsive eater. I eat. I'm always around it. And people always talk about my weight and how hard it is to stay on diets and stuff. And they say, yeah, no, I definitely understand. And I'm like, well, but you have all the stuff around you and people say like, oh, you have all that stuff there. You could eat just good food if you wanted to, like healthy food. And
It doesn't work that way.
Well, I always tell them too. I'm like, okay, well, let's pretend now that you're an alcoholic, and you take a job as a bartender, and I stick you behind the bar. How long are you going to stay sober? Some people would be okay, some people wouldn't, but it's kind of what it's like. You get somebody that's an alcoholic and just really has a hard time with if they're around alcohol, but to not drink it. You stick them behind the bar as a bartender, and it's like, oh well, there's soda, there's Coke, there's Coca-Cola, there's Sprite, there's ginger ale, there's cranberry juice, all this. Just drink that stuff. Inevitably, somebody, that person's gonna, at the end of their shift, they're gonna pour themselves a shot of Jack or something, and that's kind of what it's like for me. You got somebody that eats impulsively, that likes to snack, and that has to try stuff too. And that's hard for me too, is when I'm making stuff, when I'm cooking stuff, I have to try it. Like
you gotta test it out before you send it out.
Right. So, again, take it back to the bartender, and it's like, you're an alcoholic, but when you make drinks, you just taste a little bit to make sure that you made the drink right and see how long they last.
You want me to step in and like be a food taster for you?
Yeah, come on up.
Maybe you should start cooking like really shitty food and you don't want to taste it.
And then I get fired and I can get another job and I won't have the problem, right? Easy.
Well, the world needs ditch diggers too.
That's true. Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
That's what I just told my 20-year-old son.
Honestly, there was Pink saying, was there such a thing as food allergies? there was such an abundance 30 years ago. Oh, shit, I lost it. We all ate meat and potatoes, or at least home cooked meals. Never had this mess. Yeah, it's hard to deny that there's something going on. I'm not smart enough or educated enough to know what it is, but it sure as hell does seem like, for some reason or another, something's happening. A server I used to work with years ago had, this was, before I was at the place I'm at now. She stopped in maybe 5 or 6 years ago, just randomly came into the restaurant and with her husband, and was talking to her, and she has a gluten intolerance. And I was like, oh wow, you didn't have an issue years ago, did you? She's like, no, I just, man, over the course of like a couple of months, she's like, I just started feeling bad, and my stomach was bothering me, and just was achy and tired, and like flu-like symptoms almost, And turned out she had developed, or I guess developed, a gluten intolerance, and went in an all the gluten-free diet, and just,
a lot of that stuff, these people, they have a mild allergy, and when they're constantly eating it, they kind of keep it pushed back. And then when they cut it out, then it's like there's no going back.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys I work with, he had a lot of issues, and they didn't quite narrow it down to gluten, and they thought, well, you're like mildly allergic. Well, he cut it out for a while and started feeling better. Then he anytime he has any now, it's like, it's like, like 10 times worse than before.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's there. It's a thing. Like, I don't deny it. I think a lot of times people do it like I'm doing it now for not because of an allergy, but because they're, trying to lose weight or trying to be on some kind of diet. And they get really wound up about it. And I hope I never get like that, have to be like that. But Pink says, if you can't eat steak, potatoes, or heaven forbid mushrooms, poke a fork in me, I'm done. Mushrooms are a great one for keto. They have a lot of good qualities to them. A lot of nutrients. A lot of flavor too. Sear them really hard, and or roast them. But it is what it is. I'm more than happy to talk about it. It's actually pretty. I like to. It's good. See, Obnoxious. He's taking off.
See you, bud.
But it's tough, man. I'll tell you what. When we were cooking Friday we got pretty busy, and we're getting our ass kicked, and there's inevitably stuff laying around, like we're talking about extra fries, and I'm like, God damn, I want to eat some of them fries. And a lot of it is impulse, but there's just things that you get used to doing. You're trying stuff back there, and it's just like like a gateway, So, and that's what the wife says. She's like, oh, you just got to make sure you try something, when you want something, you do it. You just make sure, something that you're supposed to. And it's easier said than done for some people. Some people would do it and not have an issue. Some people wouldn't be able to do it all. I'm somewhere in the middle. Pink says they're fruit of the gods, and they keep you from getting that shot from the doctor for STDs. Dieting the lifelong battle. I can look at food and gain weight, and I do well. Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing better than okay. I'm kicking ass right now. It's just a matter of getting into getting into the routine of it, you know?
Yeah, it takes about 2 weeks or so, and then you look at those fries and go, yeah, I don't want those.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, I am lucky in one sense that I have the ability to make stuff quickly, and you know what I mean. People that aren't good cooks, it's hard for them. You know, it's hard for them to cook. You know what I mean, and do a lot of stuff. So, you know, I can bang some stuff out real quick, but I tend to just fire stuff together, and I like big flavors, so I tend to not do a ton of different ingredients and keep it pretty simple and just knock something out, like the mushrooms and stuff. Like I did, that was one of the things I did the other day. Was literally I wanted a snack, and for me it's tough too because my eating habits. I try not to eat late too, because that's something I would have a hard time with. You know, coming home and eating something when I got home, and then going upstairs, getting a shower, and going to bed. You know, and that's like the shittiest time to eat really late like that. But yeah, that was something I ate the other day. I just took a bunch of like 2 handfuls of white mushrooms, cut them in half, and just seared them really hard in a pan with a little butter and salt and pepper, and just ate mushrooms. They were super good. You just get so used to all the other stuff, you know, and a lot of people say that. A lot of people say, you know, that are on diets or that are really raw food or real food eaters, like they eat real food, quote unquote, is you get so used to eating stuff that's so processed and so fake that you lose the taste for really, you know, for real foods. You forget about it. You forget how good some of them can be, you know. And I was a real picky eater when I was a kid, so I do have a hard time with some things. I've come out of my shell a lot, but just certain things I was never brought up on. And that's kind of my area too, because Central PA is not the most culinarily extravagant place, you know. A lot of simple home style, you know, Pennsylvania Dutch food. Sabrina says she's crazy about mushrooms. Oh, but she has IBS. Oh, it sucks. Yeah. George says he used to do that. Get up late, pick up Whataburger, and watch TV, then go to sleep late. Yep, absolutely, man. I hear you. I do the same thing. Like before, I used to, yeah, I would stop on the way home, get a burger or something cheap, or you know, stop at a gas station, get a sandwich or something like that, and then because I work late, I'm not home for dinner. Like, you know, the wife and son are having dinner by themselves. So I don't tend to keep a whole lot of food at the house for myself, you know, because a lot of times I'll eat breakfast with the little guy and then get him to school and I head to work. So I tend to not have healthy snacks laying around the house. So when I'm rooting around and I'd be late night eating chips and, you know, cookies and, you know, peanut butter sandwiches and stuff like that and going to bed. It's just not good, man. It's not good for you. Yeah, Pink says, "Damn it, we should have hit you up on our way back to DC." G said the place was closed. Yeah, we're closed on Sundays, and that's why I was asking him. I was hoping that you guys, you know, I didn't know how you were coming when he was first coming out. Wife says, "Okay, I guess I don't want a waffle. If you want a waffle, I'll make you a waffle." That's no big deal. You got a waffle iron over there. Heat that little bastard up. Yeah, I was trying to see if you guys could swing through and see me on Saturday, and then head down to or see me Friday night. I'm sorry, Friday night, and then go to the rally on Saturday. Sorry, I got it backwards. But he was coming the other direction, just didn't work out. I missed him last year too when he was out this way. It happens. He's still giving me shit. He said that I closed the restaurant down on Sunday just so you guys weren't able to stop in.
Well, it's true.
Maybe a little bit. It's like daylight savings time. I just did it 24 hours instead of 1. Rob says, you got to be more active so your body unlocks and starts burning. That's very Tony Robbins. You got to unlock your body, brother. What you gonna do about it? G says they were never offered any option. We were just told we're closed on Sundays now. That's not 100% true. I threw some profanity in there too. The wife says, could you open the restaurant if it's like once a year thing? Then I heard something like stay out of Pennsylvania. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, we could. I don't know if he would care if I had friends in on a Sunday. I would have ate you out of mushrooms. Pennsylvania is a big producer, a huge producer of mushrooms. At one time, I think it was the largest producer of mushrooms in the United States.
Giorgio Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of Reading. I actually the guy who was the CEO of Giorgio lived right up the street.
Yeah, we had a guy. We've had a couple of guys come into the restaurant that just do that. They have mushroom farms. Mia won't know what to do with you. Same thing she does with me now. Plots my demise. Rubs her hands together and says, "Oh boy, I hope he kicks off soon."
Well, yeah, that's because you're worth more that way.
I'm sick of this guy. You know, when she gets out of the shower and stuff, she'll put like soap on the floor of the shower and all sorts of stuff in there. It's like a goddamn death trap. She does it on purpose. I got evidence. I got valuable evidence.
In the car.
That's a female Pennsylvania thing. My wife does the same thing.
Did she buy you a toaster?
Yeah.
You'll use in the shower?
Do me a favor. Hold this toaster in the shower.
And take a bath.
Yeah. I'll be right back. And she goes and flips on the main breaker.
Yeah, here, take the hair dryer so when you wash your hair, you can dry it right away.
Yeah. Do it all at the same time. She says bath bombs. They're called bath bombs. Yeah, bath bombs. I'm going to be bombed to death if he fell in a shower. I almost went down one time. I thought I broke my toe one time as I went in and holy shit, man. Stepping in there, it was like they're the bath bombs. You've seen them. You drop them in and they foam and they fizz and they smell good and all that kind of stuff. Some of them will leave this crazy film in the tub, and she said he started giving me a heads up recently. No, she's pretty good about giving me a heads up, and I'll just turn the shower on and let it run for a minute or two before I get in, and it kind of rinses the stuff off. But it's like it's like putting pan spray in the bottom of the shower, man. It's brutal.
That was a really bad story. I almost broke my toe.
I did well because when I went to step in
Well-
it, my foot slipped, and I hit the side of the damn tub with the toe that I broke, that I think I broke one time years ago. So that's why it hurts so damn bad. I probably re-broke the damn thing.
You should show your feet on a video.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Showers.
On that note, I think I'm going to bed.
There goes Sarge.
I don't blame you, Sarge. I would be too.
He's got that visual and a
Well, I still
bottled
picture
jerky.
him in his non-slip shoes in the kitchen.
Yeah. Squeakity squeak squeak.
All right. I'm out. I appreciate the
I'll
invite.
see you, buddy. Later.
Have a good night,
See ya.
Sarge.
Rob says showers kill a lot of people. That's a good one. How many? Here, let's look that up. Let's see how many people die in a shower every year versus guns.
See, Sarge had that vision of you breaking your toe in the shower.
He was thinking about me in the shower, and he's going to go.
He's going to go to bed with a bottle of
Yeah.
Jergens and a sweat sock.
Yeah. How many people die in showers?
Not enough. I'm telling you that right now.
Bathtub and shower injury study by www.cpsc.gov. No information is available for this page. Damn. Thousands of injuries occur in bathtubs. Most common cause of death due to injury in the U.S.?
Epstein.
Let's see here.
Epstein slipped and fell in his cell.
This is from a long time ago. This is 2000. Type of accident or manner of injury: pedestrian, car occupant.
Yeah, good point there, Ape. See what Ape
What
said.
did he say? Showers don't kill people.
Showers don't kill people. Wives do.
Yeah. Fall on same level from slipping, tripping, and stumbling, 565. Fall from chairs and steps. Here we go. Fall from out or... Oh, no. That's a structure. I thought it said shower. Damn, where is it here? Fireworks discharge, 5. I thought that would be higher.
Well, Melanie, if he's worth more alive than dead, you need to go see the insurance guy.
Drowning and submersion while in or falling into a bathtub, 341. I just don't want to be another statistic, you know? This is a pretty neat site, actually. High and low air pressure and changes in air pressure, 12. 12 people died. That's weird. Ignition or melting of nightwear. You lit your underwear on fire, 9 people.
That's that kinky night stuff you gotta, the kinky lingerie catches on the candle that you have lit up.
Vandalistica is in the house.
Hey there, homie G. Sabrina says my husband goes to breakfast in an hour, in a half hour. I didn't sleep yet. That sucks. Trying to find some weird, there's some weird ones here. Gases and vapors, 635.
That's more than all rifles combined.
Yeah. Yeah. Hanging, strangulation, and suffocation, 104.
But just remember, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Here's firearm discharge, 230. So that was all right. What was the 230? This was total. Well, that's weird. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. In 2000, no, that's weird. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Vandalistic says, does the show start later now? No. Well, we had a slow start because I had trouble with GunTube again and had to get out of that. And
just look at the panel.
Yeah. Yeah. Had to get stuff. We're a little bit late. How about parents that kill their kids? Oh, in that, there's a million different things that would take me forever to find it if I look for something. How many from lightning fairies? What the hell's a lightning fairy? I know what a lightning bug is, or a firefly. Is that what a lightning fairy? Oh, Vandalistic is out there punching people in the face. Come on, man. Take it easy, huh? All right. I don't know. What else? You guys got anything out in the chat? Slip and falls? Yeah. I'm not dragging that hat back out. You didn't get a single birthday card. How many people die right after saying hold my beer? A lot. Or watch this. Or check this out. Hell yeah. Thoughts on the virtual 2A rally? Is that where, you know what? I haven't really learned a whole lot about it. It's December 15th, I believe.
13th. Yeah, I think so.
And G saying thoughts on 2A rally in DC. They're the second one in DC. I'm all for it, man. I will not talk shit about the one that we just had in DC. I really, I talk about it and say there, might be a couple of things that they could have done differently that might have helped, but I'm not going to talk shit about it. I think having something planned ahead of time a little bit more. One thing I will say is I think that they should have tried to, and maybe they were really working under the gun and quote unquote, and trying to do things quickly, which I think Pink has said, was to try and get some more big players on board before they released that it was going to happen, so that they could have really put in a really nice, solid media advertising right off the bat, and work on getting not just like YouTubers and influencers or whatever you want to call it, but gun manufacturers. And like, how many people follow Smith & Wesson and Savage and, Ruger and stuff like that on social media? A lot of people do. Trying to get them on board and then really blitz the media with the that it's going to happen. I think would have been pretty cool to really get kind of a buzz going. Not that I guess maybe they might say they don't want anything to do with promoting it. I don't know. I would hope that they would, but
They won't.
yeah. Why do you think they won't? I'm curious. Because I mean, it might be true. I don't know.
They won't because of the potential bad publicity they're going to get for it because they're promoting, something along those lines. Especially, all it's going to take is one or two goofballs, and then they're going to be tagged to that. So they're going to have a problem with that. Also, it's a big business. It's a corporation. So that's I can't understand why, since we're the ones that are keeping them in business, and if that would go away, their business is going to go away. Hello?
Yeah.
Why they don't? I don't see any real logical reason behind it, because if they actually would get behind it, we would have 1/8 of the problems that we have now, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, with their money and their backing, that would put Soros and those guys to shame.
There was an article about something. What was it? That sort of had something to do with that a little bit.
A lot of them just don't want the negative media attention, and for smaller companies and stuff, that'll put them out of business.
They just want to kind of fly under the radar a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there's going to come a time, in the way it's sounding, in the very, very near future, that they're going to have to get off the fence and they're going to decide which direction they're going to go.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, I think that they can try and stay, quiet and try and fly under the radar. But I think it's going to get ugly when all of a sudden they have to, when they think they're going to have to make huge changes to their production lines and the items that they produce and sell, because they're not allowed to sell them anymore. Here we go. Here it is. Column: firearm makers may decide it's in their best interest to help reduce gun violence. Oh, it's about gun violence. Let's see what this is about. Jesus, tell Pancakes just to keep talking for a few minutes so I don't miss anything good. Yeah, I'll keep the lines occupied here so nobody says anything smart quick. Gun makers have long refused to take responsibility for their roles in mass shootings that may be about to change. The Supreme Court on the 12th refused to block a lawsuit. We've all heard about this for Remington. The prospect of more claims of victims of mass shootings put new pressure on the gun industry to reconsider the way it does business. My research over the past 20 years of lawsuits against the gun industry examines how the threat of civil liability has the potential to promote safer gun designs, encourage more responsible marketing, and reduce the risk of illegal retail sales. The end of immunity. We're talking about.
But the problem is none of those guns were gotten legally. Hello?
Yeah, a lot of them aren't. Yeah, this is a little different than what I thought it was going to be. What we were talking about. G saying Bloomberg running for president. I have not heard anything since he went to Alabama and signed up so that he could run if he wanted to.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown his hat in yet. And the thing of it is, contrary to popular belief, he is not very well liked by most of the Democrats. They like his money.
I was going to say they like him because of his.
They like his money, but they don't like him and his politics.
Yeah. Companies may wish to reconsider the marketing campaigns that Extol, 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 I guess that's another word for like flaunt, maybe, or something. The combat characteristics of weapons they sell in the civilian market. Such campaigns are likely to give rise to more lawsuits, alleging that such promotional tactics increase the risk of their guns and increase the risk that their guns will be weapons of choice for mass shooters. We saw what happened with Black Talons. I'm old enough to remember the whole fiasco with Black Talons. And
how many would you like? Oh,
right, yeah. And Black Talons were nothing fancy. I mean, the bullets that the rounds that are loaded into a lot of most of the defensive rounds nowadays are as effective as Talons were. Talons weren't even a bonded bullet. Talons were.
No,
they were.
Yeah, they weren't. However, where they got them was because the black coating was a Teflon coating.
Lubalox. It was called Lubalox.
It was called Lubalox. Lovelox Teflon, same thing.
Yeah.
And so that was. Oh yeah, well, it's armor piercing. No, it's not.
Right.
Especially, it's armor piercing because at the time law enforcement was only wearing level 1 body armor. So yeah, a 22 was armor piercing. Hello.
Yeah.
Because I was very active. I was a range master at the time when that was going on. Because I called up our distributor and I'm like, okay, so how many cases of Black Talons you got? Yeah, whatever you got, send them to me.
Yeah. The new Ranger T series, the ones that they've been out. They're not new now. They've been out for years. Are same damn thing without the coating, and they're a bonded, but it's a better bullet. They're actually very reasonably They're actually very reasonably priced too, because they come in a 50 round box. Good round.
I got a couple of boxes of Ranger Tees.
Yeah.
And they're really doing. The only difference is instead of being a silver cased, they're gold cased.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. 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 They're brass case. They're not nickel coated, right?
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. But and that's, I remember I've seen, I don't know if it's true or not, but when they came out with the Winchester Ranger SXTs, people used to say that SXT stood for same exact thing in reference to the Talons. It was just the same, basically the same round. It's just, didn't have that coating on it.
So tell your wife what's going on in California. It's the water.
There's something in the water. Yeah. They are a bunch of people from Arizona drove to the California border with shovels, and they are attempting to break it off of the continental U.S. They're going to hopefully let it float all the way past Hawaii, and it can be Japan's problem by March.
Works for me.
Yeah. There was a shooting in. I'll look it up here. Let's look up. I'll just put California shooting. Let's see.
I was going to say, put that in there. You're going to have 17 pages to go through.
It'll have like the most recent top stories or whatever. Fresno, California, mass shooting casualties in Fresno, California. Mass casualty shooting in Fresno, California leaves several dead. Fresno, California, 10 people were hit in what they're calling a mass casualty shooting Sunday night. Fresno Police Lieutenant Bill Dooley said a suspect or suspects snuck into a gathering of family and friends watching football in a backyard and opened fire. You hear about this a lot.
And it's either gang related or drug related.
Yeah. There was one not long ago where it was a ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or something. Vandalistica says they can be Samoa's problem. 10 people were hit, 3 died on the spot, and another at the hospital where the rest of the victims were taken. The other 6 were said to have suffered non-life-threatening wounds. There's no early word on the suspects or suspect. They're looking for obviously searching for the criminals. That's all. There's really nothing. But the backyard barbecue kind of thing seems to be a very popular headline. Shootings at those. Feel bad for the normal people who live there. Yeah.
There's actually normal people that live in California.
A couple of them, I think.
Can't be a whole lot.
Misha says not everyone is gang related. No, not everyone. It's just
no, but statistically for the backyard barbecues, it's usually either gang or drug related in one way, shape, or form or another.
Pickle is kind of normal. Yeah, Pickle's kind of normal. He's a normal in a pickle kind of way. If we let go of California, the spinning of the flat Earth will carry it to the ice wall. That's quite possible. That's actually the most likely thing I'd say to happen. I'd say that's 99% going to happen. Now all you got to do is figure out how to get that sucker to float off.
We'll give it a little push.
There is a fault line out there that shifted for the first time this year, for the first time in like tens of thousands of years or something like that. That's got some people out there nervous. The memory is in the blood. Yeah, blood memory. Oh boy, those guys. Whew. Yeah, Matt's had a couple of doozies on that show, man. Eight might be right. He says you don't have to cut off the whole state, just the areas around LA, San Francisco, and SM. What's SM? San
Marco?
San Marco? I don't know. SM?
SM or SF?
Well, he has LA and he has Los Angeles and San Francisco. And San Diego, too. They can keep San Diego. San Mateo. I don't know nothing about San Mateo. Don't know nothing. Oh, Santa Monica. Don't risk it. Send the whole deal. Yeah, what if some of them jump off when you're trying to do it?
You may miss a couple.
You got to go real early in the morning, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when everybody's sleeping. or drunk. They don't realize what you're doing. Yeah. Or whatever the state capital is. Fresno, right? I don't know. California's way on the other side of the country. Will that work for New York City? Yeah, we just have to. You just you just have to build a dig a big enough. You gotta dig a big enough channel.
That'll work for Jersey too.
That's true. Pennsylvania could have beachfront property if we play our cards right.
There you go.
I like it.
That's what we're hoping for here in Arizona.
Yeah. That would be good for you guys in the summer when it's so dry out there. If you can just pump it straight off the beach. Good to go. I don't know. Anybody have anything out in the chat they want to talk about? Rob says, sounds worth it to get my rights back. Rob's like on the beach waving as it floats away. Later, suckers. Cat haters. I think it's very wise of Rocall's daughter to get on here and try and get her pop to buy her the cat. But I will say, if I had a kid that wanted a cat and I didn't want her to have a cat, and all you guys got on and pushed me to have to get a cat, I'd be pissed. For New York, you just start to build the new buildings on the water, like on barges or something. Then after a little while, all the jerks live in the water buildings. Once they're full, you just let them adrift. Yeah. I don't know if he's pissed. I haven't talked to him. I'm just saying if I was. Like if my kid wanted a cat or a pet real bad and I didn't want him to have them, and you guys started doing videos, I'd be like, you assholes. I'm pissed. Shut the hell up. Did she really want to name the cat Tomato? I don't know. I don't know. I thought at first it was roll call. I was like, well, this guy's trolling under his own name. What the hell's he doing? Vandalistic says a bunch of bums on the internet aren't swaying my decision. Yeah. Oh, he already got the award this week. We didn't even talk about that. I thought Matt was going to get the award for one of his hasty headlines on like Tuesday or something like that. Matt was all wound up about something. I was like, man, this guy's going to get the wound up son of a bitch. Man, this guy's going to wound up. And then roll call came on like whatever night, Thursday night or Friday night or whenever the hell he does this show. Holy shit. He was on fire. I don't know that I've ever heard as many F-bombs in one sitting as I did from roll call in his last show.
As much as I like roll call, I can't watch his show. He just cuts out way too much.
Oh, you mean internet wise?
Yep.
Yeah. Some days it's bad. Some days he has a hard time. Sometimes it's not bad. I mean, sometimes it's just he has like a lag and it's, but the audio is okay. And that's okay. I mean, that doesn't bother you too much. But yeah, sometimes his audio cuts out a lot. It's hard. It's tough to listen to. Kinky saying, which chat was that? Whichever one his last one was.
Yeah, a New York Outcast for anyone that missed it. I've got a
Yeah.
video up about about Ro and the cat. Oh God! I don't like throw some salt in that wound, huh?
I was like, man, I'll do a funny video on that. And then I thought about it. I was like, man, if he gets so much shit and ends up having to buy her a cat and he's real pissed off about it, I don't need him pissed off at me. He says I might be forced to take it down, so catch it soon. Yeah. Reclaimed land. There you go. If you get rid of, well, here's the thing too. If you get rid of New York and all that water comes in, and what happens to Lake Erie and stuff and all the Great Lakes that are and the lakes that are connected? Well, now you got brackish water up there. It's going to change the whole ecosystem. Ape says, isn't like 3/4 of Manhattan on land that's just dirt dumped in that's just dirt dumped into the water? I think a lot of it is trash too, wasn't it? Isn't some of Manhattan? Wasn't Manhattan? Yeah.
Used to be the dump, the barge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bunch of dead bodies too.
No, there's probably some. Yeah. No, it's actually a thing. I forget which Asian country does it a lot. I'm not sure what she's talking about. And Kinky says, "I can't believe I'm barely hearing about roll call on this guy. Like you're just now hearing about it." Yeah, I don't know where the hell you are. This is the same. And this guy's always on top of roll call stuff because I'll be like watching something else or laying and like a lot of times it'll be late when he does the show and I'll be at like just getting home or whatever. And I'll get an Instagram message and be like, roll call's at it again, or roll call's really wound up tonight. Like, oh shit. Let's go see what's going on. And he over there be like, fucking Tom Cruise, son of a bitch, and him and his fucking tooth. Or whatever he's wound up about that night.
Him and his fucking tooth.
Him and his fucking tooth. Fuck him and his tooth. You say him and his tooth? There's a musician. His name's Jonathan Colton, and seems like a really cool. Epstein didn't. Let's see who this is. Hello.
What up, Shep?
Who's this?
Your favorite non-Australian resident?
Oh, hello there.
What the fuck?
Hello
Is it
there.
Vandaliska?
Yeah, right.
Epstein didn't tread on me. There you go. I like that. That's a good one. So,
I know you're about to grab a tiny water and go to sleep, but I just made it in the door and I was like, I should try this out and see if it works.
A tiny one.
New York Outcast says it's Amber. Yeah, I was like, oh, let's see who this is. I was like, I didn't give it out to anybody weird, but I guess you never know.
Correction.
But there's guy's name's Jonathan Colton. Really funny dude. Seems like a cool guy. Tried to make it as a musician and wasn't making it, and went on when MySpace was still popular. Went on MySpace and started doing some stuff and just kind of gained this cult following. And he does a lot of really funny songs. And he does one. It's about Tom Cruise, and it's called Tom Cruise Crazy. It's super funny, man. And I always thought it was a funny kind of little catchy song. And then ever since Roll Call has gotten all wound up about Tom Cruise and Jimenez tooth, the song has so much meaning now. He talks about his big pearly white smile, and it's really funny. Look it up sometimes. Jonathan Colton, and it's Tom Cruise Crazy. It talks about getting older, and it's really good. It's funny. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise Crazy. Just be glad it's him, not you. Refuse their way. Well, I don't know what they're talking about now. Cakes only drinks water out of the caps of mouthwash bottles. Yeah, little shots, little tiny shots. You don't want to overhydrate. You get sick. You throw up. But
You can drown in that stuff.
yeah, you can. You could drown in a mouthwash cap full of water. I heard. That's all it takes.
If you're a retard.
That's all it takes. Fine Ape, was it? Well, I don't know what they're talking about out there. I've lost track of what the hell they're talking about. Kinky says, Rob, I thought you were Puerto Rican. Had me fooled, damn it.
Your wife is talking about the cat she got in 4th grade.
Oh. When I was in 4th grade, I wanted a cat. My parents just got divorced, and my mom said no. A boy at school heard about it and brought a cat with a bow to school for me. I took it home, but she couldn't.
She couldn't refuse. There are ways.
Oh, she couldn't refuse. There, yeah.
That always happens when you're Polish and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mongolian and Russian or something.
Polynesian, Alaskan.
Yeah. Damn snow Mexicans.
You're going to be in big trouble.
Boy, he bought you Coke in college, man. You're an expensive date.
Yeah.
Coke ain't cheap.
No, it's not. It's expensive. It's an expensive habit.
Are we going to talk about cocaine dates?
Apparently.
I used to go through a lot of cocaine. It's mostly Pepsi now, though.
Yeah.
In the glass bottle or the plastic or the aluminum can?
Plastic. I'm not a billionaire.
They drink it out of coconuts down there, like
It's
Gilligan's Island.
That's why it's called Coke. It's coconuts.
That's why it's called coconuts.
I would eat coconuts if you crack them open and there's soda in them, but unfortunately it's just milky coconutty water.
Milky coconut juice.
I don't think so, Vandal.
Don't tell an islander about coconuts. I got this.
Prove it. Let's see it.
Kinky says, so what chat did this chat thing pop up? So it was Snob's chat yesterday or 2 days ago, or
Snob's chat the other night.
Roll calls avatar pops up in the chat and says like hello or something. This is Roll call's daughter, and I want to get a tabby cat name him Tomato, but Dad won't let me have him, so I need you guys to convince him to let me have him. So he says, "Oh, okay." I turn Snob's chat on and then go to sleep. So at first I was like, is this just roll call? And he's like shit faced and he's like pretending to be his daughter. I'm like, is this real? Is this what's going on here? But I guess it's real. I don't know.
Owned up some bitch of the week.
Yeah. Oh man, he was on fire this week, man. Dude, that sounds totally made up, man. And then Rob was a nice guy and tried to help. Yeah, he got on there and tried to guilt trip that guy. Man. Rough.
He just got rid of a bunch of birds. I don't really think he wants to start taking on more animals that he can't eat.
Well, I mean, old McRoll, you know what I mean? He needs to keep the farm hopping.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Unless you're going to milk the cat, there's no point getting one.
Maybe it's gonna be maybe it's a herding cat. Maybe he's gonna use it to herd his ducks and geese around and stuff.
You can milk anything with nipples.
That's true. I heard that. Even platypuses.
You first.
Now they're getting all serious out there about cats. They're like, oh, cats are good for farms. They help on farms. They kill the
That's the only reason why I keep the ferals around my house.
Yeah.
Take care of the rats and the snakes and the spiders.
Yeah. Robert De Niro has Nippolea. Nippolea? Oh, busted. I gotcha. I caught ya. Your poor spelling. Ha! Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that shit. He's like Dr. Yeah, he's like Dr. Rolittle, Dr. Doolittle. No, Dr. Rolittle, and he just has has various critters around to hang out and chat. Robert De Niro hates guns. I don't want to milk him. They can be a tax write-off for pest control. Well, I don't even think about that. I guess that makes sense, especially if you have a working farm.
What about just traps? Like, you don't need to feed traps. You just put them out and they kill the critters.
Well, if you have a couple of cats and they're good enough, you don't have to feed the cats either.
I may or may not have killed 3 red squirrels this week.
Oh,
I
yeah?
thought you were going to say you killed a cat.
Yeah, I figured that's where it was going to.
Well, there could have been a cat in there. Maybe one or two.
Red squirrels are so tiny.
They're assholes. They ate holes through my shed.
Yeah, squirrels can be real assholes for sure. They'll chew the shit out of anything.
Yeah, well, the black, gray, the other squirrels are fine. But it's those red squirrels. They eat the shit out of my shed.
Mm.
Fuck those little fuckers. Fuckers.
Pink says, I wonder what would happen if someone found out Roll Call's address and just started dropping off strays at his house all week. Where are all these fucking cats coming from?
I know where he lives.
What the hell?
I can do that.
How old is his kid?
I'm not sure.
30.
Yeah, he was 8 when he was 7 when he had her. It was crazy.
Well, because he said that he was in the army previously, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
During
he was
the
in the
Crimean War.
Wait, he was in the U.S. Army?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, Roll Call was in the army. I don't know for how long.
I think he went to Iraq, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think so. He's talked about it. I can't remember.
He must have been exposed to mustard gas.
Feed traps. Is that a mispronounce? Is that traps? Is that supposed to be traps? Or is that supposed to be tramps?
We're the home of Agent Orange here. Yeah, no lie. Well, actually, where I live, it's where the military used to test Agent Orange. Up in the mountains, up in the hills here. There's still, I think, about 10 or 15 acres up there in the hill that are actually cordoned off yet. You're not allowed in there. It's all marked off.
Doesn't that leach into the ground?
You betcha.
Am I downstream from that? Where's that at?
Arizona.
Oh, I'm good.
Canada.
Then I'm bad.
Yeah, that stuff was such an amazingly nasty product. What a
they actually have. There's people up here that get the Agent Orange fund when they pass away.
Yeah.
Government sends them they take care of the funeral expenses, and then they cut the remaining family a check.
Yeah, a friend of mine, his voice box is roached out from Agent Orange.
Sorry, I was just going to say the only real thing I know about it is that I had years ago when I was in high school, I had the book that Marilyn Manson wrote, and his grandfather was over there, and that what you're talking about, how they're helping out the families, he said that he used to get taken along to these big kind of picnics and outings and that kind of thing, and there were all the kids of these soldiers, but had deformities and all of this stuff because of the father's exposure to the stuff.
Yep.
That's sad.
That makes up for it. To go bowling and picnics.
Yeah. It's sad. It's a shame. Somebody was talking about it in a chat. I think it was a chat somebody was talking about, and they were talking about the draft. And I just can't imagine getting something in the mail and saying, guess what? You're now in the military. And guess what? Guess where you're going?
Congratulations, you're elected and you're going to Vietnam.
Yeah, man. I just...
Yeah, that's messed up. I can't imagine.
I'd be interested. It's something that I never really, you hear about people that, that tore up their draft cards and quote unquote draft dodgers and stuff like that. I'd be interested to hear what people that have been in the military think of people that did that. Like G and Ghost and all those, Squibb and Brokaw was, because I'm in the Army. What do you think about people that were that were drafted and just refused to go? Do they really see them as cowards, or do they see them as people that were standing up for, their beliefs? We shouldn't be in this war. I'm not going. We shouldn't even be there. How do they see those people? I'd be interested to see that.
I know, like I said, my uncle was in the Navy at that time, and I know my wife's father. He was a DI for the Army.
What's that?
He was a DI, drill instructor.
Oh.
And he used to get a lot of the draft, the draft kids in, a lot of the kids in, and that's actually one of the reasons why he retired. He just couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah,
He just couldn't deal with the understanding that he was sending these kids to die, and that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But he said a lot of it was, at least from what my uncle used to tell me, a lot of the complaints he used to get was like, it wasn't so much they're cowards or they were scared. It's just that they had a problem with somebody sitting in an ivory tower behind a desk deciding what they're going to do with their life, and they're like, go pound sand. I ain't doing this. I ain't fighting your war. You want to go? You want to fight? You go fight it.
But any war is going to be like that. You don't conduct yourself in a war by MIDI. Like, someone's in charge of everything, and all trickles down. So you can't be too surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, I know, Muhammad Ali, well, it was Cassius Clay at the time. It was before he was Muhammad Ali. He was drafted and didn't go and lost years. I forget how long he didn't fight. He didn't fight professionally because of that. He lost some of his his prime because of that. He wouldn't go. I don't know much about it. Like I guess I can say because I was never in the military and that kind of thing. Like I guess I'm a little uneducated on it, but I don't know. It's interesting. It would be interesting to hear, a discussion and people that have different point of views on it. I don't know. Just curious, Pink is saying he wasn't in the military, but he signed his card and would have went in a heartbeat if called upon. And all his family was military. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get you saying that. There's a lot of people on the other side of it too that were totally against what was happening, and it's you think about it with all the other with not all the other. It's not a right, but the way that people see like unjust laws, like I'm gonna civil disobedience. I'm not gonna abide by that law because it's unjust. It's kind of how a lot of people, I'm sure, saw that too. Like this is an unjust war, and I'm not being a part of it. Yeah. I don't know. Gee, if you're out there and you want to, you have an opinion on it and you want to talk about it, I mean, I'd love to hear it. Or anybody else, if they want to link. If not, we're just going to, we can just wind it down here. It's getting pretty late, too.
Yeah, it's getting a little late.
The wife is saying, were there consequences for that? I don't know what the consequences were for that. I believe you could have been locked up, I think.
Yeah, they were doing, unless you claimed a conscientious objector. That way, they wouldn't. But then, what they did was they flag you for pretty much basically any kind of job you want to get. I know. I remember we were talking about that at one point in time, and that was in my law enforcement days. Anybody that failed to go when they were drafted, they couldn't do anything civil service. It was automatic removal for the process.
And G's saying that's between them and their country. No, I get it. I get you. No. All right. Let's lock it up. Get to bed, get some sleep here. We had Summit Basic under court order to join. Oh, Rob, were you? I didn't know you. Were you in the military, Rob? I didn't know that. Realize you were in the Army. I guess. Well, I don't know if it was the Army, but. And I would like to say congratulations to Pink and Moo for finally getting together, and I wish them a happy life together.
Huh?
What? Ah, cool. Well, thank you, Rob, for doing that. Does that mean I have to stop making fun of Rob now that he was in the military? Nah,
Does he
probably
still
not.
live in New York?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, what branch of the military was he in?
Army.
Okay, well, I can't do this. If he was a jarhead, that would be a different story.
Yeah, but Vandalisca does make a good point. He does live in New York still.
That's true. Yep. So yeah, so he's still fair game.
All right.
On purpose.
On purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fair game, especially if he's doing it on purpose.
That's a good point. Well, now that we got that out of the way, we know who we can and can't make fun of. Let's shut it down. You guys got anything to say before we go?
Have a good night. Have a good week.
Anything?
It's been real. It's been fun, and thank you for the invite.
It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. I'm looking at places to move now, by the way. Well, come on down here, Rob.
No, don't go to Pennsylvania because it's getting almost as bad there. It's starting to bike right over.
Shut up. Don't make trouble. We're doing okay.
I don't know about okay, but trust me, I know a lot of people in a lot of places over there yet. I get highly informed.
Yeah, it's man. I know. I worry about it a lot, especially when like the red flag thing was hopping. They had the hearings and stuff. I was like, oh shit, here it goes. I don't know. Hopefully, sooner or later, Wolf will be gone. Maybe the next person will be a little more conservative and like to shoot him some guns. We can only hope. Wolf's not a big, pretty anti-gun guy. He's getting older. He's had some health issues. He says he may get a place. Going to look at it soon. About an hour below Scranton. There you go. That's not too far away from Black Cat, I don't think. He's up that way, I believe.
I knew this guy. I knew this name and I couldn't remember it. Yeah, because we have Gabby Gifford's husband, Mark Kelly, running. Yeah, where he's running here. The first thing he's already talking about was, well, yeah, you gotta get a hold of Congress and you gotta make them get those background checks through. Like, we already have background checks, moron.
Yeah. Yeah, there was somebody I had heard.
Universal background checks, where they check the universe. That's what
just to make sure there's no guns out there that we missed that we want.
You didn't cash no. You didn't hand over no bum checks somewhere out in the Milky Way.
Somebody's out in outer space handing over rubber checks buying Illudium Q-38 explosive space modulators.
Sorry, sir, I will not be able to tell you your
what's
free Skype pistols.
Who wants to borrow my space modulator?
Somebody would smear you. I drank with your wife in '99 would be all they say. Yeah. All right. So let's shut it down. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Check out this virtual 2A thing that's going on. I know Ghost has done a video on it. Check it out. I still need to watch it, tell you the truth. I sort of vaguely know what's going on, but I haven't really watched anything yet. But that's December 15th. And then, they're talking about doing a rally next year. So does anybody know anything about that? I've heard that they're planning on something. Do we know who's planning it or any specifics about it yet, or are they just talking about hopefully doing something? I don't know if anybody knows.
Last I heard, there was something that's going to be done. They're just trying to narrow down, I guess, a date. And they're trying to figure out when would be a good time to do it. Because they were saying, so June. And I said, no, you don't want to do it in the middle of summertime. First of all, number one, there's not going to be nobody there because they're on vacation for summertime.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting this wrong, but by virtual you mean people aren't actually physically going to be in a place?
Well, there's two things that has kind of come up. One is a physical rally in DC, and the other one is like a social media blitz, basically, I think. Pink is saying they have a date.
Well, those things don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I said those two things don't need to be mutually exclusive. It would probably be good if they were both happening at the same time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But one of them, the virtual, the media thing is happening next month. The other one is next fall, I think. Or no, I don't remember. I can't remember. So
October 24th, 2020.
Okay. What day of the week's that?
Got me. Hang on, I'll check.
October 24th is a Saturday. It's a week before Halloween.
Okay, so they're going to do it in October. Good possibility it's going to wind up snowing there. So the weather's going to suck and it's going to be cold.
Nah, no, I don't think not. Man, I mean it'll be cool.
It'll be nice and dramatic. You get good photos. That's what you want.
I think Saturday's a. The hell, this guy now. This guy we got to deal with. It's in DC on the 15th. No, the 15th is the one that's like a social media, internet, virtual thing, and then the one in DC would be October 24th. They're saying.
Well, I know why they picked the 24th because that's the week before election.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because November the 5th, I believe, is election day. Or the first Tuesday. I don't know what the first Tuesday is in November.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Check out, look up the December 15th thing. And like I say, I haven't really researched it yet to see exactly what people are trying to do, promote, or how they're doing it, or I should say. So, I don't know. Ape, are you coming back? There. Let's see what happens here. Oh. You got no face. You got no face, Ape. It's just a white guy.
That's
What
what
do
he
you
looks
mean,
like.
white guy?
No, I'm just saying, he's just a white guy. Kind of looks like it kind of looks like the back of a
Hang in there, Jeff.
yeah. Hang in there, Jeff. He's okay, Jeff. Kind of looks like a bullet, and the little guy is the primer.
It's got a lot of primer drag.
I'm just be dragging
So
on my
it's-
drug and primers.
We only have 18 people. I can close it down at any point here. So, what do you want? What are you here for? What do you need?
Sounds like
What am I here for?
And
Are you on
I'm
the
here
break?
for Mia. I mean, that's the only reason I'm here is because
Are you
apparently
on
Neil.
break? You on break at the banana factory again?
No, I've just had very little ambition the last couple days.
Heard that. Me too. Oh, she'll stay for you.
But of course, because I have the silky smooth, lovely announcer voice. You do not.
Chicken brown cow.
All right. So what's up? You have something super important to say, or you just coming in to say hi so we can get out of here? Did
Oh,
the
I
price of
figured.
bananas go through the roof or something?
What is it with this fixation with you and phallic food? I mean, you need to talk to Yankee or some other more qualified psychology professional.
Other gay guy.
Don't stoke that fire.
And, well, I was going to say because he's a a head doctor or something.
Psycho.
No, that seems a little too energy intensive for him.
All right. Well, I'm going to go anyway. I got to go and virtually clean my virtual gun before I go to the virtual range and get in some virtual target practice before the virtual rally there. So
Okay.
So in
I'm
other words,
virtually
you're going to
done.
go get some keys.
All right, well, you virtually have a nice night.
Have fun training for your virtual boogaloo.
Yeah. Thanks.
Boogaloo. The boogaloo.
Do you know the real problem is when I've been like virtually target practicing with my virtual gun for the virtual boogaloo, the thing keeps on jamming. I didn't know. But anyway, I think I'll get
Control
That's how
Alt
those
Delete
virtual-
F4.
That's how
Must
those
be-
virtual deagles are.
Must be a Kimber.
Yeah.
It's a virtual Jimenez.
I'll try
Virtual
cleaning your
Kimber.
teeth out of there once in a while.
All right, later, boys.
See you, buddy.
Later.
Later,
Take
man.
care.
I don't want to buy some soda where I smell it and get all tired. Chloroform soda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be nice. Saturday, it's tough. It's a really tough call because some people think like, well, you got to go there on a day that they're in session. And other people are like, nah, you got to make it a weekend so more people can get there. You know, it's a tough decision to make. It's a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like to make it down there though this time.
Oh yeah, plenty of time to put your day off in.
Yeah, I guarantee. I'll tell you, man. The way that people quit in this goddamn business, I could put something in 10 years in advance and at a job that I'm not even at yet, and 2 days before I'm supposed to go somewhere, 3 people will quit.
Shit, man, you've been at that job for how long?
05.
Well, it's very simple. You just make a bunch of coconut bars and say, "Here." You set them on the table and say, "Here, this is all you guys get."
Just leave them out in the front, like in front of the front door. Don't unlock the restaurant. Just put a big pile of them in front of the door.
Mm-hmm. Actually, put 2 piles on it. 2 piles. Have one sign fat-free coconut bars, and the other sign laxative-free coconut bars.
Yeah. they don't care when they're in session, but the news does if it's on a weekday. Yeah, it's a weird call. Soon they will let him off the fryer. Someday, man. Someday. Once they hire a new guy, they're gonna let me start to sweep the parking lot too. Yeah. They always send me to go get stuff, like go get a bucket of steam, go get, all that kind of stuff. I'm always go get the left-handed vegetable peeler. Go here, go there. I'm just a gopher, really.
Get that
Go get
paper
the
towel stretcher.
Go get the ambidextrous pancake flipper with that board
Right.
attachments
Right, yeah.
and ultrasonic cleaning.
Yeah.
While you're out there, go get somebody to replace you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, go get me a left-handed vegetable peeler and 2 cooks, would you? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, make sure when you bring it back, you train them, and then you can then you're done.
Yeah. It's just that easy.
Oh, I can go home for the day? Yep. Every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Left-handed bowl spout. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't it's such a crazy business, man. It's such a crazy industry. I'm sure there's other businesses that have people that just quit on the spot. You know what I mean? But holy shit, man. The last couple of years with people, not even just people quitting on the spot or walking out, but people that don't show up for their first day of work, people that show up for, half the day and then I'm going to go to the bathroom and they never come back. What the fuck?
Like, come on, dude. If you're going to quit, just tell me I'm quitting. Bye.
Yeah. So like half an hour later, or 15 minutes later, I'm not. Hey, where did the new guy go?
Did he fall in?
Yeah.
He went to the bathroom 4 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was here. I thought he was there. I thought he. No, nobody. Oh, okay. Well, he's going, I guess.
Next thing you know, hey, midnight, can you go and plug the toilet? The new guy fell in.
Yeah. New guy tried to flush himself down the toilet. He wanted to get out of here that fast.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, not the
There you go. But whoosh. If that happens more than once, you ever look to see if you got bathroom monsters? Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't hire a clown for some kid's birthday, did you?
His name was John Wayne Gacy.
Not nickel wise?
Pink Panther said, "I can't get my worthless new guys to quit." You got a closet monster in the bathroom and just eating people left and right. Hey man, I can't afford the pest control guys to get rid of those monsters. It's expensive.
So
It's
how do
cheaper
you pass health inspection? Do you just put a mop on top of his head and say, oh, that's just Granny Midnight?
Yeah, it's just a lampshade. It's just like a lampshade. When you see the old cartoons and they hide as a lamp, they just put the lampshade on their head. Same thing.
Yep, government employees for you.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. If they're not your tax dollars at work, well, get out. Pay taxes or get.
Beat it. Hit the road. Kick bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Beat feet.
Beat it.
Yeah. Kick
Spit
dust.
to your face and eat it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
Doing that a half an hour ago.
Yeah, I know. It tends to be how it rolls. Is I say, let's get out of here 3 fucking times. Ape, hit it.
So you're saying it's like Beetlejuice? You have to say, let's get out of here, let's get out of here, let's get out of here?
Yeah.
Was that 5 times? Now, Bloody Mary's 5 times, Beetlejuice is 3 times. Show shameless shenanigans aside, ladies, gentlemen, and Jonases of all ages, thank you for watching Midnight Range TM's The Closer. Please be sure to check out gunchannels.com as a free Pro 2A video. Oh, yeah, wrong page.
This guy's rusty. He's rusty.
Well, I'm also on the phone, so I ain't got my cheat sheet.
Mm.
I got some sheet, but it's not a cheat.
Excuses are like assholes, and you stink. I think that's
that's opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them, and they all stink.
Oh yeah, something like that.
How on earth they ever moved you up to fry cook level 2? I have no idea. Check out gunchannels.com.
That's because they demoted it back to level 3 yesterday.
Gunchannels.com is a Pro 2A social media platform by shooters, made for shooters by shooters for conversations roughly like this one. This concludes our regularly scheduled programming. Please be sure to tune in later for possible open lobbies. Gunchannels.com, Monday night programming. At 4 p.m. Central, we have Hasty Headlines with Never Enough Ammo. At 7 p.m. Eastern, we have Clovertax MOA Monday on Instagram and Why Volcano Squad's Locked and Loaded on Facebook. At 8 p.m. Central, we have Never Enough Ammo, aka Mr. Matt's The Weekend Geek. This on Monday, it'll be Geek Chat. And every midnight Eastern, there's the Daily Gun Show. Or cool and unique 2A swag like you cannot see on my camera because it does not play nice with my phone. Go over to gearwebsites.com. And if you would like to help us fix it so we can have more than 6 people in the chat, go over to guntube.org, give Nightstrike $1, and then complain that his shit's not working.
So, Ix need $1, just go over and complain it ain't working.
You some bitches couldn't close an umbrella. This ain't
Daddy,
the
my
closer.
hat flew off. Wish your
Hope your goddamn head was in it.
Remember, Slim Jim's Candy Bar, hot dog
Shit,
is
still
sandwich.
going.
Keep your guns hurled and your chambers loaded.
Daddy, my hat flew off. Well, wish your
Your
goddamn head was
goddamn head was in it.